Huh? Welcome to the Rewind 99 trial employment program. Congratulations, new hire. You've been selected for a probationary period at our flagship location. Your evaluation window begins now and concludes at the end of Wednesday. No extensions, no appeals. Prove your worth to the Rewind 99 family and maybe, just maybe, corporate will consider extending your contract. No pressure. There's pressure. In parentheses. Clock in. Wait, this might be some straight cinema. So you run an old VHS store is what I saw in the description. So this might be straight cinema. Hold up. Sentence. Ugh, that sounds like somebody dude. Listen to it. Ooh, my tummy hurting. My tummy hurting again. Tell me that don't sound like that. What you talking about? Alright. Oh, okay. Uh-huh. Gameplay. Uh-huh. Yep. Uh-huh. Yep. Uh-huh. Controls. Uh-huh. Pre-fire to mouse sensitivity. Pre-fire that thing like this right here. Something like that. Yup.
Fine. Everything was fine.
All right, new game. Let's see what this is about. We're always looking for a good simulator. This is a demo, but... Dude, it's an old VHS store. That is so cool. Order your first inventory. Oh, that sounds familiar. Move that so y'all can see the instructions. No, what did that say? I didn't read it! Oh, I got to turn VSync on. Unfortunately, the VSync nerds have won again. Alright. Let me get my bearings here. Let me get my bearings straight. Look at this place! The Codfather. Illegally blonde and try hard. Is that what we selling? Oh my. Oh Lord. There's like a whole neighborhood. Yo! How you doing? Wait, what? Diane Graves on shift? Wait, they have... Wait, this is cool! What is this? Thank you. It is giving Schedule 1 a little bit. Okay, let me just follow my instructions real quick. Okay, use the store manager to order 4 shelves, 16 animation, 16 comedy, 16 action, 16 sci-fi. All right, where am I getting my lump sum of money from? Okay, store manager, here we go. Oh my goodness. Finding Emo? Oh my goodness, you can hire employees.
Of course.
Oh my goodness.
You silly goose.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I gotta order 4 shelves here. Which kind? I'm gonna order 4 wall shelves. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got them. Are they delivered already? you doing? Oh, you got the windows tinted? All right. Ma'am! I just witnessed a murder! Hey! Give me that license plate! No, you ain't getting away! Got it, I got it! Buddy, what? Well, all right. I thought this was just going to be a simple, you know, I just do my job type deal. I just witnessed somebody get run over. Okay, here's my shelves. Got him. Let me just go in here. Take flyers? Oh, you can pass out flyers like you could in Goob Lagoon? All right, let me set my shelves up real quick. We got 4 of these things. Some wall shelves. Let's just put them right here, I guess. How you rotate them? Rotate, rotate, rotate. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, how you doing? Hey, I seen you peeping. We're about to open real soon. We gonna have the best VHSs you could ever imagine, okay? Thank you. How y'all doing? Oh, y'all got into an argument? Oh, man. You know what could make that better? Y'all could go into the Rewind 99 video rental store and pick you up something. So, yeah, go ahead. All right. Returns? Hey, okay. All right. Let me order all the movies that we need. We need 16 animation, 16 comedy, 16 action, 16 sci-fi. Got it? Got it. Let's order some movies to sell here. All right, what do we got? Let's get Side Hustles. Illicit Candy Dealer. Fight Club. Repo Man. Yo, this game has unbelievable potential right now. Wait a minute. Okay, this is action. We need 16 of these. Sci-fi. Let's get 16 of these. Global Recall. We gotta get Finding Emo. Look, Finding Emo was gonna fly off the shelves. And let's get a Legally Blonde as a comedy. Boom. Check out. Delivery man back. You can tell about the crazy noise. Appreciate you. I'll take autos. Have a good one. Thank you. Self-decoration time. It's like interior design with more plastic cases. Click. Okay. How you doing, sir? We're gonna open up. Oh man, you get into a fight? Oh, he got snapped up. What's his name? Joe? Friendly? They have traits? You won't hit me. That's what I thought. Give me that car. You can actually... Oh no, I can't stop it! Ah! We're good. Wait, this game is unbelievable. Excuse me. Just got the game, already got me a car. That's unreal. I'm backing this thing in right here. And I double parked, but I can do that because I own the joint. Got me messed up. How do I get out of here? Tab? Hey, Chad, I can double park when I own the joint, for real. Oh my goodness, look, we got Finding Emo. All right, let's stock these. There we go, Finding Emo's on the shelves. Now we got Global Recall. Global Recall is stocked. Now we got Illegally Blonde. Now we got Try Hard. Clean. Use the neon sign in the front window to open your store. We're gonna open at 5:50 p.m. Wait a minute, that seems like a bad time to open. Dude, this game is crazy. It's like Schedule 1, except you're not slanging dope, you're slanging VHS tapes. What and go? What y'all sell here? Press here? Is that me? Hey, how y'all doing? I'm about to open up a VHS place, so if y'all want to come grab something, y'all can watch a movie tonight for real. All right. Let's open up. GG. I have no idea what I'm doing. This is about to be a disaster. Use the store manager to order 16 Little Pop and 32 Hubba Bubba snacks. Also need to get 2 more shelves. Okay, got it. Y'all could have told me that before I opened. Oh, Lord. Snacks. What did I need? 16 Little Pop and 32 Hubba Bubba. Okay. Little Pop. 32 with a Hubba Bubba. And I need 2 more. And I need, let me get 2 more wall shelves. There we go. We still got $868 too. We're doing good right now. Thank you. Thank you. Take all that. There we go. We got any customers yet? Lord have mercy. We ain't got no customers. We fell off. Let's put the candy over here.
Hello.
Let's put 2 candy shelves right
You
here.
wish.
Y'all cool with that? Let's put some
It's for the
popcorn on
OnlyFans.
this one. Yes.
You
And
helped me
let's
work
put
on
some-
some our original plan, the boyo
We got a customer.
meat and stockings that
Case with the 5.
definitely people would pay money for.
Hey, how you doing? We got a
You
customer.
know.
Tourist.
Does it sound
I
good?
want
Does it
more
sound
action
okay?
Shelves. Buddy, that's the only welcome to the store though.
Well, you let me know.
Lord
Sounds good? Good.
haveth
Very nice.
mercy. Look at the
It's
turd cutter on
nice.
this dude. Oh my goodness gracious.
He's doing the
How you
VHS
doing?
store.
Welcome to the video store.
Oh, you can read that. Never mind. Well, maybe you can't. I don't know. Sometimes when I watch it on
I'm
my
so
phone,
sorry
it's
about that.
really small.
How you doing? What'd you get? You got a Try Hard. Okay, that's a good movie, believe it or not. I don't know nothing. Okay,
don't
that's
know
gonna
nothing.
run you. You really need the 2 cents back. It was $5.98, and you really gonna ask for the 2 cents back when you gave me $6? Are you serious? Have the 2 cents. Have a good one. Thank you. How you doing? You having a good day? You got Try Hard and you got something. Alrighty. Appreciate you. You got. Oh, here we go already.
Sing and slowly
You know
move
what? I
away
just
from
opened
Mike.
the business
Well, I
chat.
can,
I'm
like,
not gonna catch an attitude already. Okay.
I don't want to singing,
$20.
but you know,
Boom.
I can speak.
You need $8 more
Is this
dollars.
okay? Is
8
it okay?
and 4 cents. Have yourself a beautiful day. Thank you for shopping at the Rewind.
I mean, I can yell.
I forgot the name of my store.
I'll
Thank
yell
you.
if I have to. I can
Okay,
sit back
boom,
here.
boom. Oh, you got Finding Emo. That's a banger for real.
That's
All right, $8.04 is your change. $8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Have a good. Thank you.
You're just.
Time to spy. I mean, study your
what you
customers. Why are they bending over like that?
La 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 la. I'm just kidding. I'm just messing. Oh shit.
Oh, you got some candy too. You got a movie night, huh? Are you paying with card? I'm skimming that. What you talking about? $13.96. Have yourself a good one. Thank you. How you doing? Just one. All righty. Exact change. I appreciate you. Come on, man. And you just gonna throw them up here like that? You ain't got no respect.
How's it going?
Don't you ever? Why are they bending over?
I guess this is your second night, so no. Hopefully, no big surprises from yesterday.
Huh? Alrighty, $6.04. Have yourself a good one. Thank you so much. How you doing?
Thank you
Two of those.
so
You got Finding Emo.
much.
$11.96. Have yourself a good day. Open the store manager and navigate to the customers tab. All right, bet. Let me do that real quick. Store customers.
Lots of walk-ins. Ooh.
We are tracking the customers that come in here. Tourists cannot become members. Who all do we got? Crank Hank. He's an action fan. Duke Trailer King, an animation fan.
But everyone checked in.
Tammy
Only
Two
one
Beers.
open room.
She's a comedy fan.
It must be because it's
And
nice
we got
then.
Chunky Chuck, who's a sci-fi fan.
People were trying to like avoid making plans, but like if they happen to be out here and it was still nice, they're like,
Got it!
that's nice.
Open the store manager and navigate to the info tab. Okay, I can do that. Info. Store name. Oh my goodness, we can name it. Oh my goodness.
Oh, here we go. Oh my gosh.
Stanky Booty Twerk. Okay. What are we naming the store? It's got, because we're selling VHS tapes. What do we name it? Goo Busters? Wait, that's kind of hard.
That's wild.
Goo Busters? Wait a minute.
Why does he love it?
Wait,
That's
that's
so funny.
actually so clean. We're naming it Goo Busters. How y'all doing? So sorry for the delay. I was handling something in the back. That's gonna run you $11.96. Have yourself a good day. Thank you. Come on with it. How you doing? One movie. Exact change. Thank you so much. We just hit level 2. Okay. We hit level 2. We're about to rename the store Goo Busters. Watch this. Goob Busters. 2 B's or 1 B?
Oh my gosh. What else do you want?
Let's name it all caps. Goob Busters. Storefront. Apply it. Let's go see. Dude, that's hard.
Not my job. Y'all need to handle your shit.
Goo Busters.
Otherwise, I'm gonna hire another person.
Life.
Okay, thanks again. Yes.
Dude, it's giving Schedule 1 too, bruh. Hey, how y'all doing? I'm so sorry. Welcome to Goob Busters. We just named it that, by the way. We just opened up as well. Thank y'all so much for being here. I really appreciate y'all for realski. $2. Thank you. Have a good one. How you doing? Welcome to Goob Busters. $5.98. You have yourself a beautiful night. Oh, man. Dookie, what you doing with all that bookie? Lord have mercy!
Spooky Busters. Should've.
Ain't no way Duke walking here caked up like that. How you doing, Crank Hank? Oh, you bought a bunch of stuff. I appreciate that, Crank, for real. 4 cents is your change, Crank. You have yourself a good one.
Is he selling,
So
not
all
renting?
the people that have like personality are like actual customers, and the people that all like look like similar are tourists. Got it. There we go. 2 cents. Have a good one, dude. Golly. How you doing? All right, $11.96. Have yourself a beautiful. How you doing, Tammy? You doing good tonight? Movie night with some popcorn. Appreciate it. How you doing, big dog? 2 movies and some candy. 4 cents is your change. Have a good one. Okay, I gotta take something from the returns real quick. Returns. Lou? Rewind 1 returned videotape. You have to rewind them too? Okay, we got some disrespectful customers. We got some disrespectful customers. Why ain't you rewinded it before you return it? First, need to stock the tape on the left side. Think of the bin as the exclusive shelf. Then you'll need to interact with the desk to start the rewinding process. Drag it. Wait, this is so cool. What? And then we rewind it. Yeah, we're gonna have to hire somebody for this. You got me messed up. Okay. Put it in there. Done. Wait, what does it say do? Destroy 3 RentNet kiosks. You'll need to order a weapon from the store man. How you doing? Thank you. Don't explode or anything. Okay. Bye. So apparently there's kiosks that are taking our customers, and we gotta go destroy them so we don't get our customers taken. How you doing? God. God. Oh my goodness, that sent me into a convulsion. Lord have mercy. Oh, that's why your name's Chunky Chuck. Lord have mercy. You could set a 5-pound jug of creatine on top of that thing and he could just walk around and it wouldn't fall. That is unbelievable. Oh my goodness, dude. Have a good one, Chunky Chuck. Lord!
Nice.
How you doing? Sorry about that. How y'all doing? All right. $8.04 is your change. Have yourself a good one. Thank you so much. All right, card. $13.96.
Stop.
There we go. All right, I got to go destroy some kiosks because they're taking my customers. Where they at? Lock in. Does this work on just anybody, by the way? Yo, chill! Chill, I didn't even make...
Come on, you can do it.
Relax, I was just testing. Ooh. Ah!
Come on. Oh, come on. Thank you.
All right. So you can hit people. I was not expecting bro to instantly pull out a baseball bat to match me. Yeah, that's a good one. Oh, you know what? My fault. Oh, Lord. Collectible. Where my store at? Let me get that car real quick. Appreciate it, big dog. Oh, my store's up here, I bet. Excuse me, you're jaywalking. Lord, have mercy. They ain't getting back up. Oh, my goodness. All right, let me see if I got any customers up in here. Hold on. Park this thing. There we go. Oh, I got a line of customers. Oh, man. I'm so sorry about the delay, y'all. I really would like to apologize for that. I was handling some business. Sorry. Okay, how you doing? $38 is your change. 38.04 cents. Have yourself a good one. Thank you so much. How you doing? One movie, exact change. You have yourself a good one. All right. Let's go destroy these kiosks real quick because they're taking my customers, Chad. Lock in. There's one right there. Look at that. Not on my block. Not on my block, you ain't. Let's go get the other ones. Chat, these are stealing our... Is this a Redbox reference, you think?
Yeah, probably. Almost.
This is like a Redbox reference right here. There's something off about Mary. That's a movie. Can I sell that?
There's something off about Mary.
There we go.
What is it? Is there something...
Hey, if I was running all the video stores like back in the day, the digital age never would have took over. We'd still be selling VHS tapes because I'd be doing this. I'm a hands-on employee. Excuse me, thing ain't got no good power steering. Oh, there's a video on the ground. Let me spin back. Hold on, let me spin back. I bet there's customers waiting. Oh my goodness, I bet there's... I'm gonna run it. Hey, don't get a movie from there! I need another car. I gotta go run and get these movies over here. Hold up. There they go. Clean. All right, let me go stock these. Chat, we probably got customers lined up like crazy. Lord, I am so sorry, y'all. Seriously, I'm so sorry for the delay. I was handling some real important business. Welcome to Goob Busters, though. I appreciate y'all for shopping at Goob Busters. Have a good one. Thank you. How you doing? All right, $44. Is somebody... Oh, never mind. $44.02. Boom. Have yourself a good one. Gook. How you doing? That's a whole lot of stuff. $16.96. Have a beautiful night. How you doing? Boom, $5.98. Okay, so now, chat, we got to go to the store manager to order 2 storage shelves real quick. Let me stock these ones 1 second.
Thank you for reminding.
Yep.
You just turd on my fucking broom, bro? Oh.
Yep. Okay. So the storage shelves. Okay, got it. 2 storage shelves. Boom, boom, 2 of those things. Clean. We're good. You can hire somebody? Can I really? Oh no! It's the truck of randomly exploding for no reason. Say it ain't so! No! Yo, Saul with the 5, thank you. All right. Back store, place the 2 storage shelves in your back store. Oh, this is my back store right here? All right, bet, back store. Boom, boom, let me store this. Clean, 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 clean. All right, there we go, we got some stuff in stock. Hope you see the kitty thing. What kitty thing? I am so sorry for the delay, y'all. My fault. I'm so sorry. Hey, you have yourself a good one. How you doing as well? I need to close up shop, chat. The painting under the... What? $9.98. Have yourself a good one. Graffiti where? So what y'all talking about? In the alley? That was not Kitty. That was not Kitty right there. Go north? This way? Oh, I gotta go stock these. Hold up. East. Over there? All right, hold up. 1 second, y'all. I'm so sorry. Something came up. Stock everything. Okay, let me go check the customers out real quick. Pause. How y'all doing? So sorry for the delay, y'all. I really would like to apologize for that. 2 cents. Have yourself a good one. Thank you. Over yonder. True. All right, exact change. Thank you so much. What's good, Larry? Receipts. There we go. $2. Have yourself a good one. Thank you. Chat, where is it? Is it actually a kitty thing or is it just a cat?
Yeah.
$1,000 in the bank. We're actually instantly successful. No joke. We are instantly successful.
Instant clap.
I'm about to go look again. Chat, is it over here? What alleyway? Go left? W game, by the way. Yeah, I'm actually insanely surprised with this. This is crazy. To the right? Chat, what y'all talking about? Is it this way? What am I picking up? Buy the first kiosk you destroyed? That can't be. That's out front. No way! Wait, what?
Oh shit.
Yo, what? That is dope! Bro, that is crazy, dude. I'm taking a picture of that. You got me messed up.
Master, how are you this slow?
Hey, I'm taking a picture of that.
even-
You got me messed up. I had no idea. That is so cool. Don't mind the person laying there. I did not even see that. Yo, W devs, bro. That is actually so cool. Bro. Dude, that is actually so cool. W devs for real ski. Bro, what? I thought y'all was trolling. I'm so sorry for the... Oh my... Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Hold up. Sorry, y'all ain't gotta walk out. Hang on, I'm about to be with y'all in just a second. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I'm so sorry. Somebody did something and it was really cool. Y'all don't care though. Y'all really don't care. How y'all doing? I'm so sorry for this delay, y'all. I really would like to apologize. Thank you so much. How you doing? Boom. $6.98. Have a good one. Bro, why you bending over like that, bruh? Thank you. $13.96. Appreciate you. Sir, stop. I get it. You got a BBL. Golly, come on,
Got
man.
a BBL.
Coming in here just to buy gum is crazy. That is crazy. Thank you so much, sir. $5.98. Hold on. $5.98. Have yourself a good one, Sandy. Okay, should I rewind some of these tapes now? I feel like I should. Let's do it.
Rewinding a VHS.
Lock in.
Ooh,
Get this one rewound.
crazy nostalgia.
Boom. Get that going. You saw I'm multitasking, chat. We need employees, dude. Oh, you kind of swole, huh? I see you. I mean, Lord, man. You wish we had more variety of animation. Big dog, I just opened the doors. Cut me some slack here. How y'all doing? Thank you. Thank you so much for the exact change. I appreciate that. Restock. Relax. I'm overwhelmed. Thank you. $4.02. $4.02. Thank you so much. I do need to restock. I'm overwhelmed. I can't do nothing. I'm having a hot flash. Oh, Lord. The dev's in here? Is he really? Yo, W Dev, this is fire, bruh. Who littering in here? Oh, was that me? No, it wasn't.
Oh,
me.
was that me?
Put that in there. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Hold on. Is the dev really in here? Welcome to Goo Busters, by the way. All right, cool. Yep, grab that. Okay, cool. Yep, exact change. I appreciate you so much. I gotta restock. Should I close the store, Chad? I might need to close the store so I can get a second to catch my breath. You got something that's
Shredder? I don't know what that means, but we're doing it. What the fuck is a shredder? Oh,
Do I
no,
do
wanna
it to him,
keep feeding
chat?
my homie. What?
Chat, do I do it to him?
Crazy behavior. Oh, I have no money.
I'm
Right.
doing it to him.
I should save up money for that lottery thing. I'm not gonna have any money to pay anybody. This is awkward. All right, let's get.
Have a beautiful night. Thank you so much.
You know what I can do?
I'm about to close the door so I can restock everything. Oh my goodness, I'm about to have a panic attack. Close up. Close up. Good Lord. Hey, I just closed. You can't. I said you can't be in. Hey, get out my store. You're trespassing. Get out my store. Get out my.
Alright, let's make that paper.
in here.
And look at how much it costs. Man.
Yep. Finding emo. So we have you got some taste, I see. $14.02. Have yourself a good one. Thank you so much, sir. All right. We have a second to catch our breath here, Chad.
Same.
Let's rewind these tapes real quick. Let's get it done right now. Okay?
Except for
Boom.
shit.
Put that in there. Get this one done. Rewind.
Yeah, I have enough.
Look at the dev's message. You think I can see that? Where is the dev's message?
Yeah, but you at least. Why are you looking at me? Go look at me.
From the dev, friendly R99 dev here. Can you let him know to visit the probe and go at night, 8 p.m. to 8 a.m.?
Oh, the probe and go.
He needs to throw something at the press me button at night.
That's the alien. That's the alien gas station game. It was called the probe and go.
Bet. So between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m.
Then, because I don't know.
Throw something at the press me button that I saw earlier. Got it. Yo, can I hire an employee right now, by the way? 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. Oh, that's gonna take forever. We ain't never gonna be there. Oh, that's now? Oh. How you throw an item? What's the throw button? Help! It's not cute.
Well, you poot, it ain't cute.
How do you throw? I need something to throw. I don't have anything to throw. Basement? Oh my goodness, look how big our store is. It's tea!
Secret rave. Oh, that is not the probe and go This is a bop. I love they did this for him. This is great. It's his song, right? Stupid song. Oh shit, not these motherfuckers. This is so
Yo!
fun.
That's hard! Yo! Oh, yo! This is the best game ever invented. Lord have mercy.
Not for me, for him. These fucking
This is
alien
all in a
bastards are
demo,
him.
by the way. Bro, what? Yo, when this game is done, this is gonna be so crazy.
Oh, that was just
Oh
the demo?
my goodness. Yo, y'all are cooking with this. That is hilarious. Yo. Toss some oink, oink,
Exactly.
Bro, that's hard.
That's hard.
Chat, game of the century, dude. It's not even close right now. Game of the century, dude. Let me tell you. What's the game name? Rewind 99?
Nice.
I tookie a dookie with the 10 gifted.
That's what I was just
Tookie
gonna
a
be
dookie.
like.
Thank you. All right, hold on. We're almost done with this. I need to hire an employee for this, but there's probably no point because it's a demo.
Retire?
All right, let me
Are you
grab
still
this
here?
real quick. Let me grab that real quick.
Oh.
Oh, there we go. Got him. Let me restock these real
Rude.
quick.
I hate these.
Here we go. Clean. Clean. Comedy. People ain't really messing with the Illegally Blonde. I don't know why. I heard that was a good movie. There we go. Finding Emo. Finding Emo's off the shelves. Let me rewind these two real quick. So I'm assuming the demo ends on this day. Here we go. Yup. Clean. Chat, game of the year, bro. Y'all cooking with this for real. And like all the side stuff that I saw, this is gonna be insane. There we go. Get this rewound. Yup. Yup. Get this in there. Clean. It comes out next month. Oh my goodness, really? Next month?
This
Say
weekend
it
is
ain't
the
so.
Comic-Con. By the way.
Next month?
Not the current weekend, this upcoming next weekend.
What is this, a box of rewinds? What is this?
Also, are you here? Yeah. So if you
Oh, I
want
picked
to
up the
do
whole rewind
anything
station.
like what
Oh!
we're talking about, probably at a
Okay, I'm gonna rewind all
slightly
these.
more toned
Why
down
not?
situation.
There we go.
I put the days that I took off on.
Chat, this game came out of nowhere, huh? I don't know how I didn't hear of it till today.
I put the days that I took off on.
It had been out
no,
for like
sorry,
a few
whatever.
days.
Days I took off on the
Clean.
calendar.
There's that one.
So if you
Wait, no,
wanted to
there is
take
some
a day off
illegally
too,
blonde
you can
returns
have
now. People did buy them.
a day or a night, you know, whichever one you're feeling.
Clean.
All I want for my birthday
I
is like a
tookie
you
dookie with another
birthday,
10 gifted. Thank you.
like what
Clean.
you would want for your birthday.
Dude, the kitty reference is
That's all.
crazy, ain't it, Chad? That kitty reference was goated, dude.
But think
Like,
about it.
no joke.
You don't have to. We can definitely do something
Straight
chill, you know,
goated.
whatever. But it might also be.
Chad,
you know,
Kitty got
kinda
so
cool
much
to-
motion. It ain't even funny how much motion Kitty got, bruh. Kitty got
Oh.
so much motion, man. What
Oh
you think
yeah,
Kitty's
yeah. That's because
network
I keep
is?
going. Like a lot of this game is so dark.
Built like a bowling pin
Every
with
time
the
I go
5
into like the
gifted.
dark bullshit. I don't even know if that's the right color.
100 mil. Yo, happy birthday, Death Nurse. Chat, tell Death Nurse happy birthday. Happy birthday, Death Nurse. Thank you. Okay, 2 more. Is there more returns coming in? Level
Minutes?
4.
Car wash is gonna have to wait.
What? What? I can hire somebody. I can hire somebody. I can hire somebody. We're hiring our first employee to Goob Busters right now. I'm no longer gonna have to do this tedious task. Is that a kiosk I see? Wait a minute. Chat, I fear that there is a kiosk that has to be destroyed right now. I fear. Hold a darn tootin' minute. Hold on a darn tootin' minute. There's a kiosk!
Oh,
I want
fine.
to work at Goob Busters. You sure about that? Hey, K, so my dog Tater had to be put down today. Can I get a rest in peace? Yo, R.I.P. Tater. I hate to hear that. Char, may Tater rest in peace. That's a goated name, too. W. Tater, R.I.P. Tater. Chat. Employees.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know.
Okay, who do we hire?
It doesn't have to be chill. It could be, you know,
Chuck
like what we were talking
Bolson.
about.
Chunk Bolson.
You know, the whole one night thing and something.
Gustavius Flavius.
Something a little like that.
Randall Hicks.
I just want to do what you want to do. Because what you want to do is what I want to do.
Or Diane Graves. So they all cost different money per day. So Chunk costs 50, Gustavius is 25, Randall is $75 a day. I fear that we ain't got the bread for that.
Oh, yeah?
Gustavius? Yeah, let's hire Gus.
Yeah. The whole
Welcome
weekend?
aboard,
No way.
Gus. You work
No,
6
no
p.m.
way.
to 6 a.m.
Maybe
Welcome
just this
aboard.
Sunday, that would be cool if you just took the Sunday
I get
night
assigned
off.
the task. Oh my goodness.
So
it is
that
not
way, because I
confusing
have that
either.
Monday off.
You're gonna
so
be
that
doing
way you can come on Saturday, sleep Sunday, and then Monday we can do something.
rental returns.
But I'm off both that Friday
Rental
and that Monday,
returns.
so it's my next 4-day weekend.
Wait, can I hire 2
Just
people?
so you know.
Who else am I hiring? Let's get Gustavius,
You because I'm at the car wash? Oh,
and let's
shit.
get like Diane.
Oh.
Chunk, yeah, Chunk. Okay, you're gonna do checkout. You know what? I low-key got some money right now. Let's hire them all. Randall? No, let's chill out on that. No, let's chill out. We only need 2 right now. No, let's do Diane. She's only $50 a day.
Yeah.
And you're gonna do
nice.
restock shelves. Boom, we have 3 employees. Lord have mercy, I feel so bad for them.
Oh, shit. More income
Yo.
bonus, time left.
Okay, who are you? Who did I hire to do the cashier? Oh, the store's closed. Okay, we do need to restock some stuff. Where's my restocker? Are you not a dude? Good Lord, man, you're gonna have to do something about that. You gonna have to wear some cargo draws or something, Chunk, because that thing is thangin', dude. Lord. Oh, the other ones are night shift? Okay. All right.
What do we need? Here. Alcohol.
Somebody said, why Chunk got leggings on?
More hats? Like
Yo.
always.
All right, hold on. I need some more shelves, dude. Hold on.
Nope.
Let me order some more shelves real quick. Oops. Items. Shelves. Let me get, you know what? Let me get a couple of them pyramid shelves. Let me get 4 of those for $100. That's a steal right there, no joke. How you doing? Double D delivery service. Don't ask me why it's called Double D. All right, thank you. Don't explode again. Okay. Open the store. Yeah, let's open. Get some money coming in. There we go. Store is open, so lock in, Chunk. Okay, we got some pyramid shelves. Oh, these are clean.
Wait, I said cigarettes. I don't think I need cigarettes.
Okay, let's put these like right here. Boom. Boom. Yup. Boom. Clean.
No.
Matter of fact, no. I'm gonna do this number.
Did I do all 6 of these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2.
Oh yeah!
Nail cleaner, wash and wax.
Cream with the 5, thank you. Chat, tell me your boy ain't cooking with the shelf action. Rotate! Yo, that sign about to blow up. Y'all heard that?
Done over
All right.
time.
Let me,
Like,
okay, we got some employees for that
build
tonight.
up to it?
So let me, oh Lord have mercy. Let's order
I
some
like
more
that.
snacks real quick.
And then make
Yo,
these fries,
SPD
good
with the
beer.
50 gifted. Yo, give me
Steak
some
with
W's
shrimp?
for SPD.
Oh, shit.
With the 50 gifted subs.
Ooh.
Lord have mercy. WSPD for real with the 50.
Definitely
oh my
fries.
Goodness. Appreciate that SPD.
Good beer and whiskey.
All right, we got some snacks coming in. I need to get some
Steak.
movies too. Let's see what kind of movies
With
we
or
got.
without shrimp? Probably
Grab
just
all this.
steak and
plain.
like,
Oh, we got some tasty.
I don't know what goes with steak. Oh, look.
We got some tasty feast. Yep.
Shit, I gotta read that.
Was that extra loud than it usually is?
Let me
Clean.
think on that. And then probably like,
Somebody
I
said
shouldn't, but
No. Okay, so if you overstock,
a Dutch Brothers.
so if you overstock, they fly off the shelves, literally. Okay, store these, clean. I'm gonna grab some more movies because we got to get some more movies going here. So let's see what we got here.
Over time.
Video rentals.
Like
It.
they're usually more than like
the
one night.
Godfather. Oh
type of
my
thing where you,
goodness,
like, build
Bad
up.
Burger.
Not build up,
Oh
but like
my
it's like,
goodness,
you know,
Lord
story.
of the
So
Blank.
it's story type thing.
Lord
so
of
it
the
goes
Blank.
on for
Something's
more
off
than,
about Mary. Bad
that what you
Burger.
mean?
The Godfather.
I mean, it's just gonna
and
take a
It.
while to,
Order
like-
them. $256. Scared money don't make money, Bubba. Lord of the Blank.
But if there's mouth situations,
You have
though,
movies in storage, yeah, but they're kind of
then
like
I shouldn't
mismatched.
eat
I'm just
or
gonna
drink
use that if I like
anything
have
for
to.
that.
We're putting it
Maybe
right
that's
here.
how you start the day, because,
That's a horror movie.
you know, gag
Got
reflex
it.
and all that.
No. Take those back. We putting Bad Burger right here.
Wait. Oh, it probably just means I got
Got
stuck.
some Bad Burger going.
Reset character. Oh my gosh.
We got some Lord of the Blank.
Piss out of me. Okay.
Why did it go over there?
Get this delivery.
Lord of Blank. Fantasy. And then we got Romance. Gamer with the 10. And then we got the Codfather.
The
And you get it, it's
Codfather.
cod, it's a fish. Yeah.
Oh, to
Codfather
get the
gonna go
yeah,
right there.
yeah. I was thinking you just like you'd have
No,
to probably
not
pick like one
there.
or two, but no, you're absolutely right. To get through all of them, it's gonna be
Clean. How you doing? Hey, you better chill out with all that bending action.
But yeah.
Why is everybody... Ow!
Yeah. Okay, that's good. I like this. No, I should be fasting all day before the sexy
Dude,
night.
why is
I'll feel sexy
everybody
that way,
so caked up?
Why are you so caked? Double caked? Double cheeked?
You didn't stock the popcorn? Nah, I got chips instead. Chips clears popcorn anyway. Just saying. Okay, let's put some, all right, let's put some of these right here. Boom. Let's make sure everything's good and stocked up. So we got enough for a hot minute here. Okay, Lord of the Bling going there. Lord of the Bling action. We got some Codfather too. Throw the Codfather right here. Excuse me, y'all. Excuse me.
Resting. Feeling
Y'all having a good night? Welcome to
feeling
Goop Busters, by the
all
way.
that.
Happy
Doing
emoji.
that.
Thank you.
Oh, I do need to
Wait, what? Error returned rental without any items. What y'all out here complaining about? Y'all better chill out. I'm doing my best. Chat, should I go take care of that kiosk? It's taking my customers. I'm gonna go take care of that. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, you work here. Oh, that's Gustavius Flavius. Oh. Wait, somebody stole? Who did? Is that what that logo was? Wait a minute. Who stole?
Run around. Looks good. Fuck off. Don't tell me about that. I don't care. Oh, the garage.
Watch this. I can't pick it up. Never mind. Chat, who stole from me, bruh? Don't play. I'm gonna go take it. Oh, somebody's right here who stole from me. Hey! You really think you can steal from Goo Busters?
He's also got
Give
a
me my
bat? Yeah,
tape!
that's bizarre. Ah. On his knees, though. You got him.
Give me my tape, bruh. Why didn't you give me the tape?
He's about to bootleg it. Tell that shit right off.
Give me the...
Be a VHS dealer, that's crazy.
Give me the...
Oops.
Give me that tape.
I didn't put it on the floor, did I?
Give me the tape, dude.
Maybe it's unrecoverable.
Did he not steal nothing? Am I beating this dude for no reason? Perhaps I've made a misjudgment. There's a kiosk over here I gotta get though. Dude, that's crazy. This game has an entire neighborhood, bro. This game is gonna be wild when it drops. Oh my goodness, dude. I didn't clear the return. I don't know what that means. I just started today. There's a kiosk up here. Look at this. There's a kiosk up here. How you doing? Hold on, kiosk. No, I can't take the lawnmower. I was gonna run somebody over.
It's looking okay in here.
You can buy clothes too, for real? Dude, where is this kiosk? I done... No. No. No, let me gamble. No, I don't want to do that. Chat, the business needs a good starting point. I can get us a good starting point here.
Damn, there's gambling? Too bad.
No! What a demo, though, dude. What a great demo, though, bro. No joke. That game gonna be far when it comes out. Actually, yo, devs, y'all got something special cooking with this one for real.
It'd be nice if there wasn't.
That is a goated demo for real. Like, no joke.
I just don't understand.
Chat, tell me it wasn't just giving good vibes, man. There's a whole neighborhood and everything. Like Schedule 1 had, bro. That's gonna have actually potential, like for real potential. Like, no joke. Potential. You know what I mean? Hey! Great stream, chat. I love y'all, man. Hey! Appreciate y'all for kicking it with your boy again tonight. Appreciate all the gifted subs, donos, bits, follows, and of course I appreciate all y'all for this hanging out. Hey, y'all have a good rest of y'all's night. Have a good day tomorrow, and I'll see y'all Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. I love you, all right? Peace out, y'all.
The farts get me. Okay, so I do need some cigarettes. All right.
We have a new simulator, chat. Out of all the businesses that I done ran, I'm opening up another.
Spooky? See if this one's really that spooky. If it's too dark for you to see, or, you know, I don't know if you're watching, but
it's okay.
You'll let me know.
Do you want to know why it's okay? Huh? Because it's spooky time. Why is it okay, chat? Huh? Do you know why?
Yeah.
Tell me. Cause it's spooky time up in here! Get you a dive beyond, chat. Cause it's spooky time! Yeah! Spooky time! Got you a dive beyond, chat, huh? Do you? Do you? Yo, Brute with 10,000 bits. W Brute with the 10,000 bits. Appreciate that, Brute. W Brute. Hey, Case.
We'll see how this one goes. If it's too dark, I'm just gonna. Well, honestly, I kind of worry about that sometimes. You could be watching something you actually like, or like you should tell me what you want to listen to, so then I can listen to it, and I can be here, so you can, like, you know, tune in sometimes. But that way, you're still listening to the same things that you would be listening to. Although sometimes.
Appreciate that, Brute.
I don't know. It's hard. You know what? I'll find like an Asmongold thing. That's usually that's the most solid bet. Lord. Let us see. I don't want to see that. I saved that to watch later. That's funny. These are funny to me. Ooh, Warhammer lore. I like this. Oh. Pearl. Oh, jeez. Ooh, Bleach. My brother really liked that one. I don't think I ever watched it. Where can I find it? Although, you know, I didn't finish this terrible... Ugh. I don't know. Ooh, what's this? That one later. It's a long... Yeah, no, I know it's long. I just never... I don't think I ever... I don't remember why. That's not the same one. Bleach... No, I'm thinking of a different one. Ew. If you can send me a link to play. Otherwise, ghost hunting.
We're not good. Everything is bad, but we're alive at least. Well, let's see if we can at least play a spooky game.
Okay.
Golly, man.
Dang, y'all be buying these hats
Lord
like
have
crazy.
Mercy. Yo, chat, y'all remember the scary game Manivore that we played a few months ago? That was really good. Same dev. Same dev. Same one.
Oh, shit.
Am I good? Is it frozen?
That's a cool logo.
That's somebody dead right there.
Oh, just dangling, naked.
I gotta use the restroom. Lock in. It's spooky time. What is that? Lord have mercy.
Every time I unload in the warehouse, it goes blurry. I'm sorry.
Love it. Tamale with the 5. Spooky time. Lock in. Spooky time. Settings GG. Turn that off. Never do head bob. It just makes you sick. It makes your motion sick. Are you sure you want to start a new game? I don't have any progress. Thank you. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, that's a good way to start. Poopy with the 5. Thank you.
Poopy with the 5? Is that what he said?
Let's just set the camera right here. Hey everyone, today we are back again in an abandoned place. Oh my god, this place looks serious.
You Zach Bagans or something?
More videos like this. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Alright, let's get started. Let's see. We're slowly exploring the building right now. And honestly, I already have goosebumps. Oh, it smells like my grandma's crotch in here.
What did you just say?
I'll tell you the whole story in a bit. Watch the video until the end and help us figure out what's going on.
We ain't liking and subscribing. Oh wow, this is creepy. So we're playing as this guy. Okay. We're playing as a ghost hunter, apparently.
I really don't like this place.
Me either, bud. Me either. Oh yeah, this dude, imagine being, I don't even want to call it bravery, dumb enough to go in a place like this on your own. Like, bruh.
Have I already watched this one?
I gotta turn that sensitivity down a little bit. Y'all already know the drill. Got to. Turn it down to like right there. That should be good. Yep.
Okay.
Are we good? Okay, let's see what's going on here. On today's episode of Ghost Hunting with Queso, we gonna see if we can find some ghostesses. I don't know if we will or not, but stay tuned and like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Yo, Lethal with the 5, thank you. What's going on? Can I go through here?
Mommy's rotten breast milk with a 5.
Hello?
Awful. Awful.
Hello?
Guys, I still can't believe I came here alone.
You don't even sound genuine. Ain't nobody liking and subscribing to you. You sound like you're so... oh, I'm him. Shut up, buddy. Ain't nobody liking and subscribing. Is this place supposed to be haunted or something?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yo, obliterator
For
with
what?
the 5. Thank you. Okay, where we at, cuh? Hello? Am I the only person in here? Somebody squatting in here?
For you and for me.
Chad, if you was a squatter, would you even stay in a place like this? I think I'd rather sleep outside. No joke. It's so...
Yeah, my feet pics.
This
Wink.
way.
You know the plan.
Is that a...
I'm not giving up on the dream.
Supposed to, hello?
The real dream.
Help! We're dead. This dude's dead. GG. Oh, man. It's about to be a bad jump scare, Chad. It's about to be bad, bro. It's about to be bad. I can just tell you right now. I'm telling y'all, there's gonna be somebody in here. Hello?
VIP arrived on the map.
Ceiling. Looks like it could collapse at any second.
Here. Oh.
It literally doesn't.
Ice cream?
What is this room? I don't think we should go in here. I don't think we should go in here. I'm sorry. There is no way one person is brave enough to go in here by themselves. This is ridiculous.
Cigarettes. Okay, newspaper, ice cream. Newspaper?
Hello?
Ice cream. Huh?
I mean, the good news is we ain't heard nothing creepy yet. Never mind. Never mind. We got a scarecrow right there.
The real dreams, my
what this disgusting loser just say? Stream started 9 minutes ago.
Why?
If you was a real one and you was in here at the start, you would know what happened. No, I
real
did not
dreams,
start stream 10 minutes ago. We streamed for an hour, and then my stream crashed, and I restarted everything, and I started back up again. You
That's the dream.
simpleton.
Stupid gay toes. And then we make the big bucks. Step 1, Boyle's feet pics. Step 2, Step 3, profit.
Ben with the
That's
fire.
how that
Thank
goes.
you, Ben.
Yeah. Time to put that dude to work.
The DTI shirt slays.
Over
Yeah,
here,
it does, don't it?
Just a fucking leech.
Too bad they're out of stock and y'all can't get them for a while. I don't know when the next merch restock is, but it'll be there at some point. I mean, we wasn't... The reason everything went out of stock is because we wasn't expecting as many people to buy them as we thought. You know what I mean? So we didn't go, like, overstock. So we was like, okay, let's just do this many, and we wasn't expecting that. So it is what it is. Yo, what up, dog, with the 5? Thank you.
Because I just don't know.
Okay. Is this some people's brains? Are these brains? Are these real? Hello?
Wasn't there...
Okay, I don't know if I want to go in here. Why is there a chair in this?
Alright, well, this place is actually creepier than I thought. Anyway, let me tell you the deal here.
Whose shadow is that behind him?
A so-called witch who used to practice magic here
I'm
is still lurking around, and I want to be the first to catch her on camera. Don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to the channel.
This dude.
Let's get started.
Alright.
What's that sound?
Ungrateful.
You doing all this for 150 views is insane.
Have we
all
seen
this for 150 views?
No, he was in
insane.
like the courtyard, the church thing, right? The whatever one where he was filming some other.
Bro's in the next Mr. Ballin video.
Scary video. I don't know.
Or Chilling Scares video. YouTubers who went missing.
Man, I don't remember very well. I'll probably find another one here in a second.
What was that? What?
Let me touch the booty.
Why do I hear noises?
I feel like someone's watching me.
Buddy, stop. Oh my god. Yo, stop. I actually can't do this. Yo, I'm about to freak out. Bro, this is scary. Are you kidding me?
You freaking.
Yo, Savage with the 10. Thank you. Buddy, it is at this point that you would leave the building. I don't care how many subscribers you think you're going to get off this video. We are going to die in here. There is something in here with us. Lord have mercy, please. Oh, man, I'm so scared.
Oh, should I make it private?
Bro, stop.
I can make it private. Is that what you're saying?
Okay. Looked like we had some... What
was
this?
it? Wasn't it something about if we made it private, you couldn't chat or something like that? I don't remember.
What's the code?
Unlisted or something like that, right?
I'll figure it out. Y'all ain't gonna tell me nothing.
Is there a creeper?
Okay, looks like we need to find a code to whatever this box is.
Ain't no creeper.
If you just tuned in literally 5 seconds ago, apparently there's a witch that haunts this place. That's what bro just said. And he's trying to get some subscribers and some likes off being the first person to record it on camera. Which is what record means. I don't know why I said record on camera, but... Okay, let's go through here. Oh, man. Oh, man, please. Hello? I'm nice.
Hello, I'm nice.
Wait, this is where he was sitting a minute ago, right? Oh, and this is the room that we was at. Okay, I remember. Where do I go to figure out this code? I'm scared. Please help. I'm glad there's no more noises.
I feel like someone's watching me.
Why'd you say that again? Why did you say that again? I can't do this.
Tired?
Chad, I can't do it. How could you expect me to? I can't do it. What room is this? Hello? Are you friendly? What's your name? Are you friendly?
He's just yelling into the void. I love it.
Excuse me? Okay, this is the room with the box. Okay, I'm not sure where we are right now. It doesn't look good, though. Can't go in there. I'm kind of glad. Chat, would you do this to try to get YouTube famous? Be honest.
Absolutely not.
By your lonesome.
YouTube fame is useless if you're dead.
On your own.
So, you know.
I just saw a concerning amount of people say yes. Thankfully, most people said no. Let's keep walking. Can I go in here? No, I can't. Hello? Okay, thank you. Hello? I'm lost. Chat, I'm lost. Chat, help. How did I wind up back here? Oh, yeah!
What the f are you doing, dude?
Are we recording?
We're recording.
Alright, guys, my boyfriend is such a coward.
Yeah. Alright, next time, you can hold the camera.
Oh, my...
Holy...
Yo! Oh.
Wait, what? You need more done? Oh my god.
That dumb demon got her! Yo! That's what she gets for scaring me! Yo! Hey! 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 Wind up back here. Hey!
Was he rewatching? Good, because I missed it.
Look at this.
Oh, shit. Damn.
Yo!
Yeet.
Recording?
We're recording.
Because she's
Alright,
Australian
guys,
or whatever
my
the hell that
boyfriend
accent is. A travesty.
Such a coward.
Yeah. Alright, next time, you can hold the camera.
Holy that is insane, bruh. Man, golly. That's what that face cam demon be doing to me. That's why I gotta fight it off. Well, our girlfriend Mary just got snatched into the void. GG.
GG. G.
R.I.P. Mary, chat. She got. What? Hello? Mary! Mary, are you okay?
Mary, are you okay?
Mary, stop playing. Mary? This isn't funny, Mary. I don't know how you did that. I don't know if you got somebody with some fishing string to snatch you away like that, but this isn't funny, Mary. Where are you?
Uh-oh.
What is that? Mary? What is going on in this? Well, looks like we're not getting out. Okay, yeah, this ain't scary at all, is it, chat? No. What's this? Inspect. Diary. Did I...
Third person? Oh. Ooh.
Hello? It's the wind. There's a draft rolling through here. It's the wind. Can I get out of this room, please? I'm scared. Okay, thank you for the screwdriver. I guess I'm about to use it on that vent right there. Thank you. Let's get out of this room. Yay, we get to crawl through some vents like it's Nun Massacre. Yay. I was not prepared for this scary of a game off rip like this. I was not ready for this, chat. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Okay, well at least the vents look kind of clean. Let's go.
Well, for you. Beep, beep, beep.
Let's go. Let's go. Oh, okay, thank you.
Ugh, the smell hitting my nose right now is awful.
You're in an abandoned building, bud. Okay. Okay, I'm about to say we always go left, but that's the only choice anyway. That's further proof that you all... Bro, are y'all serious with this? Please stop. Please. Y'all have already got me like 2, 3 times already. You didn't have to get me with the rat action. Please.
Are we not restocking? Yeah, let's restock. Let's, you know, stay employed.
Mary! Are you here?
Business running. Oh, sodas.
Mary had a little lamb.
Crazy behavior. Okay, so soda.
Okay, that definitely moved on its own.
Is he out of all the stuff that's happened so far, that's what's shocking you? Your girlfriend got snatched into the void, bud. Mary? Dude, I don't like the darkness, man. It's too dark in here. Mary.
Ooh, okay. Alright, glow again.
Hey, Mary, look. I'm breaking up with you, okay? And that being said, you're no longer my girlfriend, so therefore I don't have to search for you anymore. I'm leaving you in here, okay? Whose leg is that?
Ugh, this place smells like pure mold. I should have brought a mask.
Yeah. Chat, look, I don't care what y'all say. Y'all would leave and go get help. Would you not leave and go get help? Come on, man. You'd be like, hey, something happened. Come help me. And then you come back. But we're still here looking, though, ain't we? W Mans for that. Mary! Mary? This way?
2 times.
Is there a reason I can go in those rooms? I'm gonna go look in here real quick. Mary, if you're playing a prank on me, this has gone far enough, Mary. Okay? Look, this is too much, Mary. Let me see what's in here real quick. Okay. Mary. Chat, y'all see any sign of Mary? No sign of Mary anywhere. Okay, I don't know where she's at. I saw her. Did you see Mary? Oh, dude. Something's gonna come flying at us down this hallway. I'm telling y'all right now. Watch. Something's gonna come flying at us right here.
Maybe it's Mary. Throw you back.
I was wrong.
Throw her back at
But
you.
you know what? I'm glad I was wrong. Clean. You know what else keeps you clean?
2 seconds after he says it's going to be a jump scare. Then there's the jump scare.
Use cheeky.com.
Turn in any direction. Jump scare.
Matter of fact, today's the last day at Cheeky's Labor Day sale. If you use code QUESO at checkout at usecheeky.com, you get 20% off.
Damn, bro, it's just a whole ass ad.
Had to do it. Had to do it. What is this?
Disagree, but okay.
That's a goat head. R.I.P. to that goat. Okay, I could open that drawer. Nothing was in there.
Alright,
Mary!
I guess I'm wrong too. Shit.
Mary? Chat, should we give up on looking for Mary and just leave?
You should leave.
We might give up on looking for Mary and just leave, because dude, at this point now
you have it on video, and then just leave the video somewhere that
Mary,
people can find it, and leave the country. Start fresh.
Mary.
Otherwise, they're gonna try to pin you for that shit. I bet. Don't do that.
Mary. Mary. I don't know where she's at, chat.
Why do I want that? Do I care?
I don't know where she's at.
Care about?
Oh, where's she at?
No,
That's her arm? Don't say that. That's some random person's arm. That's not Mary's arm. That is her song. Mary. 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 Dude, Mary, please, I can't. How far did you go in here, Mary? Where are you,
yeah, that was
Mary?
A choice by her, for sure.
Okay, just the wind. I hope.
Yeah, that was just the wind, 100%. Ain't that right, chat? That's just the wind right there. Yep. Shoal is. Okay. What is this? Is that blood on the floor?
Wait, are you not done
That's
yet?
not from Mary, is it?
Oh my gosh, how do you know? Every time, my least favorite shit to do.
What the heck is this crap?
I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna hire somebody. Watch me.
Definitely not my girlfriend. That's for sure. I still haven't found my girlfriend. I don't know what to do.
How was he so calm?
I need to attach a few missing pieces to this body. That way, maybe I can complete the ritual. I just hope she's still alive.
A ritual? I thought he was just here to observe. This is crazy.
How are you so calm? Lord have mercy. Did you hear the juicy noise? Oh my goodness. Did you hear that? Bro, you're gonna get charged for this, by the way. You're over here tampering with evidence. So there's been a crime committed in this abandoned building. And now you're touching everything. You're gonna get convicted of this murder now, because now your evidence is on it.
After this, and then I'm gonna save up a little more, and I'm going to hire another motherfucker.
Or is it just me?
To do the car repairs.
What the
No, wait, not this one. Features. This one.
No, I can't. I can't do this if there's something chasing me. No, I can't. I can't do this if there's something chasing me, Chad. I can't do it. I can't. Who is that? Please, no.
I can't tell if it's getting worse.
Again, can we acknowledge how he is so calm right now? How is he so calm?
Oh, yeah, let me check on.
There's a leg. Dude. Chat, stop! I am horrified right now. What's that noise?
Okay, that looks good. That looks good. I've got
Who is that?
Yep, those are good.
Who is that?
Okay, so I do need more toys. Chips.
Please! I can't. My hands are sweating. I can't do this. Seriously, I can't. Mary! We're looking for 4 body parts to put on that mannequin. There's another one. I'm clicking it. Take it.
Toys.
Please.
Chips.
What just happened to the flashlight?
Let's start with toys.
Take it.
How
Go
about
on, take it. Please take it. I can't. Take it! Okay. Why can't I take it?
Oh. Well, then let me just do...
It's hot in here. No, it's hot in here. It's hot in here, bro. It's hot in here. It's hot. I'm about to pass out.
But
why can I not pick up that limb? Why?
Oh, in stock. Got it.
Please. Pick it up. I don't want to be here no more. This building's scary, dude. Should I have it? Why can I not pick any? Just kill me. Maybe I have to place them one by one. Do you think that's what it is?
Didn't I just? Okay. I swear I just painted these walls.
What is that breathing? I don't even want to know.
What are you doing to me, sir?
Who is that breathing? They gotta be in there, and I don't want to go in there and find out. I really don't want to. I'm gonna keep it a stack with y'all. I don't want to. Okay. Where is this room that the ritual is taking place in? Do y'all know? Do y'all remember? I'm panicking.
I'll leave you to watch.
I'm panicking. Chat, please help.
Okay.
My throat hurts. I think I got strep throat or something. Please.
This gets so dirty. Alright. I will be right back. I gotta pee.
You know what's crazy? Yo, this creepy, chat. This too creepy for me, bro. The breathing. The just standing there. What did I even do to you? You know what I mean? Why do you even want to kill me like that? You know what I'm saying, chat? Like, you don't even have any legitimate reason as to why you want to kill me. Maybe I gotta go through the vent. I'm venting. Never mind, there's no reason to come back here. W game, no, it is scary. Doing all this to save Mary is wild. Like, what has Mary ever done for me? Would she save me in this situation? Why is it there again? How am I supposed to get by? You think if I do this? Freeze! Get away! Back up! Back up! That is so creepy. Keep going! Keep going! Get away from me! Keep going! Where am I supposed to go? Please stop. How am I supposed to do anything? Okay. 1, 2. We need 2 more. Where did it go? Where did it go? Chad, I'm so scared right now. Off topic, but someone stole my DoorDash. I'm upset.
I'm gonna get my pump on real quick.
That's
I'm eating way
actually
too
crazy.
much, so
Hate to
you
hear
know.
that. All right, let's walk through here now. Don't try anything.
Swole
Don't
with
you?
it, brother. Yeah.
Stop,
It's like a
stop!
landmine of dogs down there. It's hilarious. Gotta turn on some lights sometimes. 'Cause, you know, the blacks. Step on them and just don't step on them. Did I order some shit already?
Please leave me alone,
I
please.
did.
Please.
Exactly. And then when you get close and you're like, oh cool, I'm planning to step here, they spread out.
There's something in
Put-
here that I
they
need.
just right
I saw
underneath
it.
you and you gotta accommodate and then you trip anyway.
please go?
So careful. And you
Leave!
and they look at you like, why'd you do that? Like, oh, why did you do that? Bingo.
Chad, what am I supposed to do with this thing following
Video.
me?
Hang on.
Are you coming up?
Keep going. Get out of here now. Get on out of here.
You fall. Thank you, good boy. Oh, trash is full. You say you're cleaning, but handle it. Handle it, bitch.
One more. Chat, one more. One more, please, one more. One more
again.
I hear the walking. I want to try to sneak out. I want to try to sneak out of here. You know what I mean? That's what I want to try to do.
Hard to sneak when you're fat.
I'm going to keep it a stack with y'all, chat. I don't think we're sneaking out of here.
Huh. I would say not. Yeah. Ooh.
And what if I crap my draws right now? What if?
Hurry. Classic. You did everything. Somehow, you drove this
Chat,
party.
there's one more piece left. Do y'all know where it's at?
Oh,
Please.
Handle that scandal. Alright, stay there. You'd be holding shit
Mary's
up.
tweaking? That is not Mary. Mary would never. Ain't that right, chat? She's right there. She's there. Chat, I dookied.
Chat, I dookied. Wait. I'm doing this.
I dookied. Please help. Where is the thing?
Oh yeah, if I hire someone to do the repairs, I think they do it way faster than I do. I can get more of them in. I think I'll do that. See if I can hire. That was the plan anyway, wasn't it? Yeah. And then I basically beat the game, I feel like.
Please!
What's left, you know? Like a few upgrades.
Chat, you gotta stop this from happening. What are y'all doing? Chat. Chat.
You're so cute. It's okay, it's okay. Nope. We made eye contact. Oh shit. You're okay, you don't have to stand up. Just right where you are.
We found it, 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 we found it. We found it, we found it, we found it, we found it, we found it. Please tell me this thing is gonna go away after we do this. Please, dude!
Nah, it lives with you now.
Ban the guy that just said 40 minutes with like 8 question marks. Don't act like you don't know what happened.
Okay. I swear, if it's a spark plug issue, I'm gonna lose it.
Alright. Last piece, and... What the heck is happening?
Damn, we are raking in the dough right now. Okay, so what I'm gonna do... Yeah, I gotta go around painting. Okay, so can I hire...
If anyone knows what that was,
2
drop it in the
more?
comments
Yes, exactly.
ASAP. I think I just completed
They
the
know.
ritual.
They know what I need them for. Hire. Ooh. Ice cream vending? Where is this ice cream vending? Am I missing that upgrade? I have an ice cream... I am confused. Okay, so it's currently...
There's a sound coming from ahead.
No, daytime...
Could be Mary or someone else.
Let's not find out.
I need to check it out.
No, we don't. Zoe with the 5, thank you. What's wrong with him? He wants those YouTube clicks. No. I mean, he's trying to get that bag. Hey, you know what? At least he's out here in it, though. He ain't faking nothing. He's out here in it. So you know what? Subscribe to him.
Repairing 14.
Is that creature gone? Please tell me you're gone. Where did that noise come from? Hello? Firefighter with the 5 and Bambi with the 5. Thank you.
No,
all right, just 10 more minutes.
Oops, sorry.
Then I'm leaving.
10 more minutes? Buddy, we should have been out of here.
And this guy should be repairing cars and cleaning. Good. Okay. And then this
I actually saw this earlier and I said, man, we better not have to go in there at some point. You got me all the way messed up. No! Well, GG.
All right, this is a sewer entrance. Smells terrible, but if the sound came from here, I have to go down.
You don't?
So register, repair, and I think it's restart.
Behind you.
Fuel. How many fuels on day? Fuel, primary, and then clean.
You don't have to be here. What do you mean you have to go down here? You don't have to be here. I understand we're looking for Mary, but buddy, at this point, just call the police.
This place is so tight. I can hear running water, but I can't see what's ahead. If you guys see something, tell me in the comments.
I can't. Bro, I can't do this, bruh. Oh, man, come on, man.
Who's new? Oh, wait, I haven't hired anyone.
Chat, would you sub to him? Be honest. Lord have mercy. Please get me out of here. Please.
And I probably need to be up on some fuelage.
Please.
Alright, there's a ladder here.
You ain't gonna make it. You ain't gonna make it.
Turning off the camera now. See you up there.
You ain't gonna make it. Did we make it?
We'll see how this works. We shall see.
Alright, bad news. My battery died and most of the earlier footage is gone.
What?
Sorry. Right now I'm in a forest.
Because he spent all his money on eyeliner.
Seriously not funny.
He lost his footage. It's alright. You can just clip it from the VOD of the stream. I got you, big dog. Oh boy, we went from sewer to the middle of the woods. Isn't that great? Mary! Mary.
Oh yeah, I gotta put it in.
Mary.
Good. And then...
Are you telling me to go that way? I'm not listening. Mary!
Okay, yep.
I should have went that way. I apologize. I can't go that way. Thank you for telling me where to go. Chat, would you go through these links to save your girlfriend, Mary?
Gay!
Y'all ain't got a girlfriend anyway. I don't know why I'm asking.
I got no girlfriend, no job. What are you doing?
Oh, that's great. Lord have mercy. What happened here? Who was that?
Where is this supposed...
Hey, I want to get out of these woods now. I want to get out of here. Yo, Womp Womp with the 5. Thank you. R.I.P.
Oh, so I said...
Can I get out of here? I feel like I hear cars running in the distance. We gotta be close to a highway or something, yeah? Y'all hear that? Another scarecrow telling me where to go. Thank you so much.
What a gamba.
Thank you.
Super down.
W Scarecrow, chat. Thank you, Scarecrow. I'ma keep on going. There's other footsteps.
Ah! Is that your girlfriend? Was it Mary?
That thing is huge.
Oh. Okay. Oh, shit.
R.I.P.
The nudity, though.
Who keeps making that noise? Look how big that owl is. The owl of comfort is here. Thank you so... Lord have mercy! Who are you?
He's not running very fast.
I'm out of here! I don't know if it's still chasing me, but I'm not looking.
Left. Good to know.
I'm looking. I'm gonna keep running either way.
No ice creams. No glasses. No
Keep running.
hats.
Keep running. Keep running.
No plushies.
Yo, C-Toll with the 50 gifted. Give me some W's for C-Toll with the 50 gifted. Thank you, C-Toll. W C-Toll, chat. Appreciate that for real, C-Toll. Thank you.
Alrighty.
W C-Toll. I appreciate that. Seriously, thank you, C-Toll. W C-Toll, chat. Thank you.
And then...
We're going to keep on running, chat. I don't know if that thing is still behind me, but I'm not stopping. Dude, that was freaky. Wait, why can't I go this way? Did I go the wrong way? Scarecrow. Keep moving. Wait, what? How does this dude think all this is his girlfriend pranking him? Hey, dude, those prank YouTube channels back in the day would do anything for some clicks. You never know. You never know, bruh. It very well could be a prank this whole time. And this dude wants his YouTube to pop off. Where am I? Have I the right way? Did I the right way? Hello?
Hello?
Chat? Am I lost? Wow, R.I.P. I don't think I'm ever finding my way out of here, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I haven't seen a scarecrow in I don't know how long. It is so over. Run.
Being alone in a place like this is never a good idea.
This is the most calm individual. Never mind. Where am I, man? Seriously. Follow the creek. I feel like this is the same creek I followed before, right? The Booty Creek Cheek Freak might be down here.
I thought it was just a creature of legend.
R.I.P. There's that owl again. Wait, what? Who's this up here?
Gay.
What is this?
He's a little gay boy.
No, the piggy!
Oh.
They killed them!
Roast him and eat him, but you know.
Dude, where am I right now? Like, seriously, where?
Wait, where are you going?
Mary! You nearly gave me a
Yo,
heart
I
attack.
found
Where
her.
have you been?
That's
We've
wild.
been looking for you for 2 hours.
Cap!
How was it? Did it turn out good? Was it scary?
Yeah, thanks to you, it turned out a little too scary, but the viewers will love it.
Mary?
Jason, my favorite victim.
Julia, you two must be in on this together. The point here is to scare the viewers, not me.
No, I was just wondering, is the video done?
All right, I'll wrap it up. You guys go to the car. I'll be right there.
Okay, we're heading to a car. Join us in a bit. Didn't take too long.
Got it. I'll be there. Wait a second. What's that sound? Guys, did we just stumble upon a Jin wedding? I need to check this out.
What are you talking about? It was a prank!
Mm-hmm.
Follow the sound. There is no sound.
Just hearing voices and shit.
So this whole thing was set up for views, and now we're
I'm
actually
surprised.
going up on something that's probably haunted? GG.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know what we're about to walk in on, but I don't think we should go here. Somebody said they're unsubscribing from them. Yeah.
Wait, did I not get... Oh, no, I did.
Hey, we shouldn't be here. We should not be here.
Oh, I haven't hired another one yet. That's why. Let's see what we got here. Still just this guy? Okay. I'm gonna do it ourselves.
GG's.
Guys, you are not gonna believe this. People dancing. No,
Oh.
not people. These are
Okay.
Jin. They're performing
is-
some kind of ritual. This is not part of the script, I swear. They saw me. No, no, ah!
That was a good game. That was a good game, I'm not gonna lie.
I'd rather you lied.
That was cinema. Somebody just said they resubscribed. Yeah, we gotta subscribe to him, man. He literally died for the video. Hey, game of the year. What else should we say? Literally, game of the year. That was actually that was a really good game. W game. Chat, rate that on a scale of 1 to 10. What are we thinking?
So now...
Is that a password?
Ooh.
By now it should be seen as no secret that space is actually chock full of demons.
Perfect.
Well, at least that's how it is in Warhammer 40k. The verdict is still out there on whether or not that's true in real life. And out of all of the terrifying demonic entities that prowl the realm of chaos and frequently blight our universe with the sin of their existence, 4 stand apart from the rest. As beings of apocalyptic might, malevolent entities that are so dangerous, their existence has to be kept a closely guarded secret by the holy ordos of the Inquisition. Now, I speak, of course, of greater demons, like the bloodthirsters of Khorne, who are the avatars of hatred, existing only to spill blood and take skulls. The keepers of secrets, the embodiment of seductive excess, repugnant creatures that delight in inflicting untold agony on mortals. There's the great unclean ones, the avatars of rot and entropy, and massive, bloated monstrosities teeming with every disease, virus, and parasite known to man. And finally, there's the Lords of Change, masters of sorcery in all its forms, and duplicitous agents of change whose mere presence can fracture minds and send mortals reeling into the oblivion of insanity. But what are the greater demons all about? What is their purpose, and what role do they fill within the hierarchy of chaos? And potentially most importantly, which one of these dudes is the strongest? Well, today we're going to be getting into that and a whole lot more. But first, a quick shout out to this video's sponsor, and then we're going to dive headfirst into the grimdark.
If you somehow haven't heard of it, Tacticus is the definitive tactile mobile game for Warhammer Greater Demons. These are demonic entities of supreme ability, each a reflection of their patron god and an unholy master of corruption. They are the generals and lieutenants of chaos, the supreme commanders of its demonic legions, and the will of the chaos gods given form. Although their manifestations are thankfully rare, when they do deign to blight the physical universe with their presence, rampant destruction and untold levels of corruption are always left in their blazing wakes. They are some of the most powerful combatants ever documented, and come in 4 distinct forms: the endless rage of the bloodthirsters, who can cleave tanks in twain and rip fortresses open with a single swing of their massive axes; the towering great unclean ones, avatars of filth and disease that act as a vector for every known pathogen in the universe; the beguiling and seductive keepers of secrets that are faster than the human eye can track and delight in the suffering and anguish they inflict upon mortals; or the limitless destructive sorceries of the impossibly intelligent Lords of Change. These are entities that the mortal mind was not designed to comprehend. Their existence is something that we're not truly capable of processing. In fact, when we witness them in the artwork of Warhammer 40k, the form we see is our mind trying to make sense of the unexplainable, to give shape to something that is inherently shapeless. The simple act of seeing them with our mortal eyes is a subconscious defense mechanism of the human psyche. It is to generate in our mind an image that, although admittedly horrifying, is grounded within the laws of our universe, and thus our mind is allowed to accept its existence without fracturing under the sheer impossibility of the greater demon's truth. Like all demons, they are creatures of the warp, entities made not of flesh and bone and tangible substance, but energy and emotion. For as much as our mind wants to interpret something like a bloodthirster as a towering humanoid combatant that rampages across the battlefield, it's more accurate to think of them as literally the emotion of rage given sentience. Greater demons themselves are granted a much greater amount of freedom than the lesser demons beneath them. It's true that they are each a manifestation of the god that created them, but they all possess a will that is uniquely their own. They each have their own quirks, nuances, aspirations, and oftentimes their ambition can give way to desires that directly contradict the plans of their patron deity. Many more have even demonstrated particularly remarkable skills and abilities that their god in question may not even be capable of. 2 good examples of this come in the form of 2 different Lords of Change, as in Karos Fateweaver, traditionally seen as the most exalted of Lords of Change, has the ability to see into the future, something that Tzeentch himself has struggled with. Although I will admit that Karos doesn't see only one definitive future, but the infinite possible futures as well. Something that has caused him to go insane even by demonic standards. Thus, making sense of his ramblings is a full-time job for a whole host of other Lords of Change. There is another Lord of Change known as, and I'm just gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna butcher my way through this, Ateos Raukiers, who is said to be so unbelievably powerful that Tzeentch keeps him chained up at all times, only deploying him when absolutely necessary, as the power that he wields is something that even a chaos god is afraid of. Although we refer to them as greater demons, as in they are more exalted than the lesser demons beneath them, this title really doesn't do justice to just how powerful these malignant entities truly are. A greater demon is so much more than simply a more powerful demon. Most of them are worshipped as gods in their own right by cults and cultures throughout time and space. The bloodthirsters have been depicted as gods of war by warrior cults across time. Some of these cultures may have viewed them as honorable patriarchs of martial prowess, and others may have seen them as insidious entities that led the cult to salvation through bloodshed. There's even been ancient depictions of bovine-faced keepers of secrets, with massively exaggerated and curvaceous physical features that have been documented in cave paintings from ancient long-dead societies, and were believed by some to have been worshipped as a form of fertility goddess. Even in the grimdark future, there are countless underground cults that have dedicated the entirety of their existence to the worship and following of a single greater demon. Although each of the 4 greater demons are a truly horrifying foe to face in battle, their true terror is not just in their destructive nature, but in their ability to corrupt the masses, to spread their vile messages of hatred, rot, excess, and deceit, to lay low the foundations of mankind, not only through physical violence, but by twisting the hearts and minds of mortals against each other. Each and every one of them has a role to play within the great game, and only the truly ignorant and foolish would ever enter into a pact with such a malignant abomination. Now that we know a bit more about what a greater demon is, let's talk about all 4 of them in greater detail, and we'll start with the Bloodthirsters of Khorne. Out of all the demonic servants of the Blood God, none are as exalted as the Bloodthirsters, for they are rage and slaughter given form, the unholy avatars of Khorne's infinite hatred, and are by far the most straightforward of all of the demons that we're going to be talking about in this video. They exist purely for war, their only goal to drown the worlds of our galaxy in figurative and sometimes literal oceans of blood. Wherever the Blood God's chosen go, they infect the population with a sickness of slaughter, their hatred a disease that spreads with a malevolent sentience so effective it would make Khorne's brother Nurgle, the Lord of Plagues, envious. At his core, Khorne is a warrior god, and none better encapsulate his essence more so than the Bloodthirsters, entities that quake the universe under the weight of their rage. They are the Blood God's emissaries who spread his unholy message of unfettered rage, not with words, but through the divine instruments of sword, axe, and whip. Every weapon stroke, every twist of the blade sends a reverberating message across space and time, a simple yet powerful proclamation of their purpose. Blood for the Blood God, skulls for the Skull Throne. The Bloodthirsters are Khorne's generals and commanders, leaders of his vast horde of bloodthirsty demons, and each one is a towering monster clad in blood-drenched brass armor. They wield titanic melee weapons that have been infused with demonic hatred and hunger for the blood of mortals, many of which are capable of flight, as they are also draped in enormous leathery bat wings. These bloodthirsters soar through the skies in pursuit of worthy prey, kept aloft by air currents that have been superheated by their own hatred. They are utterly relentless in the pursuit of single-minded violence, and thus are unshackled from the weaknesses of doubt, mercy, and compassion. They are some of the strongest singular melee combatants that have ever been documented within the grimdark future, and are an unstoppable force, destruction incarnate, and unflinching butchers of the weak. There is no reasoning with a Bloodthirster, no chance for a parlay. But at least with the other greater demons, they might be able to offer you something that you want in exchange for your corruption, cooperation, or alignment. Now, this is obviously a catch-22 and is a surefire path towards damnation, but the option at least exists. The only thing a Bloodthirster can offer anyone who would foolishly stand in their way is death in the name of Khorne. For a Bloodthirster does not see the individual. He doesn't see the merits of any given person, no matter how accomplished their deeds, no matter what contribution they have made to the universe, and no matter what they could possibly offer the Bloodthirster. To them, they are simply either a coward that needs to be culled, or a challenger to be defeated. There are several different types of bloodthirsters, and they are organized in an 8-fold hierarchy of different hosts. Unfortunately, as of the time of recording this video, we've only been given insight into 4 of them. That is the first host, the Exalted Bloodthirsters, of which there are only 8 and are supposedly the mightiest of their kind. The third host, known as the Wrath of Khorne, the 6th host, the Bloodthirsters of Insensate Rage, and the 8th host, the Bloodthirsters of Unfettered Fury. These are the bloodthirsters that most commonly wield a pair of weapons. One, the massive iconic axes of Khorne that are capable of carving a battle tank in half with a single swing, and in their offhand a vicious whip that has been studded with brass spikes and arcs across the air, cracking with the sound of thunder as the terrible lash renders entire mobs into gelatinous gore. On the other hand, we have the bloodthirsters of Insensate Rage, who are potentially the most mindlessly savage of all of the bloodthirsters, in that they are so utterly consumed within the fires of Khorne's rage that they have been rendered utterly incoherent with anger. Now, all bloodthirsters are brutal, don't get it twisted, but whereas the other bloodthirsters exist as a blend of brutality and technical expertise, the bloodthirsters of Insensate Rage are like a force of nature, a hurricane of violence that is utterly unpredictable and unable to be controlled. They wield massive 2-handed axes as tall as a fortress gate and drive all those that follow them into a deranged kill frenzy. Finally, there are the Wrath of Khorne bloodthirsters, airborne predators that scour the battlefield in search of worthy prey. Their role on the battlefield takes the form of a giant winged assassin, an arrogant hunter that seeks to humble only the worthiest of heroes. From their vantage point in the sky, they seek out enemy warlords, generals, and champions of renown, before swooping down with a single goal of butchering them in the name of the Blood God. For as terrifying as the bloodthirsters are, the next greater demon that we're going to talk about is the fear of death shared by all sentient creatures given form. If we were to rank the greater demons in terms of which is capable of eliciting the strongest feelings of utter revulsion in mortals, the Great Unclean Ones would certainly be at the top of the list. They are titanic amalgamations of disease-ridden, rotten flesh, mountains of rancid blubber that are clouded by swarms of demonic flies, and whose maggot-ridden innards spill forward and drag through the muck and grime of the battlefield, from tears and gashes in the demons' swollen bellies. They are each covered in clusters of weeping pustules that incubate swarms of pestilent nerdlings and chattering needle-teethed imps that erupt from the Great Unclean One's sores like a tide of leprous, disease-riddled piranhas. The combination of the Great Unclean One's physical body horror and pungent, rancid stench is so potent, it can drive all of those in its presence into madness. And despite their horrifying appearance, the Great Unclean Ones actually exhibit a strange duality that is unique to the denizens of Nurgle's garden. On one hand, they are single-handedly the most grotesque and disturbing entities that have ever blighted our universe. Yet, conversely, they display a deep paternal affection for all those that follow them into battle. They are like loving parents that view each of their demonic warriors and mortal servants alike like a proud father may view their children. They take pride in the achievements of each of them and bestow upon them ever more virulent and disgusting blessings derived from the grandfather himself. When the legions of Nurgle march to wars, the war cries of the blubberous Great Unclean Ones are at odds with those displayed by other demonic generals. Whereas a bloodthirster of Khorne may shout only incoherent ramblings that are dripping with anger and bloodlust, the Great Unclean One in turn shouts booming words of encouragement to his children, a proclamation of he and Nurgle's eternal love. There are many Great Unclean Ones that have even viewed the enemy as simply misguided. Individuals that, although unfortunate they have found themselves in conflict with one another, simply need to be shown the truth, the beauty of decay, an entropic message that the Great Unclean One and its herd of disgusting followers are all too happy to enforce upon the ignorant. The jovial nature of the Great Unclean One is simply a mask. They are malevolent creatures that seek to spread filth and disease across the known universe, and they do not take kindly to their ideals of rot being rejected. To harm any of the lesser demons under his command, or reject his pestilent gifts through the use of medicine and vaccines, is to twist its joy and love into a fiery paternal rage. When roused to fight, the Great Unclean One is a perplexing and terrifying sight. They are unstoppable in their advance and are seemingly immune to harm, as bullets and blades are shrugged off as if they were nothing more than bothersome insects. Despite the seeming impossibility of it, considering the minuscule legs that support the monstrosity, the Great Unclean One is said to be inhumanly fast. They charge into the enemy like an enormous fetid wrecking ball that leaves behind a trail of destruction and oozing filth. Like a rotund, leprous battering ram, the Great Unclean One wreaks havoc through the enemy lines as fortifications are smashed apart and infantry is sent flying in every direction. Their weaponry comes in the form of plague flails, filth-encrusted bile blades, and rusted doomsday bells, each of which is an unholy instrument of plague, dripping in virulent toxins, viruses, and bacteria that are so potent they can infect the atmosphere around them with pestilence. Whereas the Great Unclean One may not be as physically strong as its counterpart within the Legions of Khorne, their ludicrous endurance allows them to weather the storm of an entire army. What's more, they're capable of breathing in deep the pestilent winds of the Garden of Nurgle to vomit forth psychic tides of filth, maggots, and mucus that inflict all those caught within its torrential downpour with a virulent cocktail of horrendous demonic diseases. The bodies of each of these stench lords acts kind of like a cauldron and is constantly in motion to make ever more terrifying plagues, each of which is brewed deep within their guts to perfect potency, before finally bursting forth from their bellies to spread their virulent contents in every direction. Killing such a creature is nearly an impossible task, as melee and ranged weaponry prove to be almost entirely useless against them. Blades get caught in rolls of rancid fat and weeping innards, and bolter shells detonate into clouds of pus and filth that serve only to aid the creature in its mission of spreading rot. On the rare occasion that one of them is actually brought down, the victory is almost always cut short by the sound of the demon's immense body detonating. This comes in the form of an explosion of demonic excrement, acid, contagions, and seemingly countless other demonic parasitic life forms that have been gestating within its bulk. The fear that is generated by the Great Unclean Ones comes by just how utterly repulsive and disgusting they are. But the next demon we're going to talk about on this list goes in the complete opposite direction and is equally as terrifying.
What does that mean?
Out of all of the greater demons, the Keeper of Secrets is by far the most perplexing and confusing. On one hand, they are loathsome, repugnant monstrosities that delight in the misery and suffering of others. Yet, on the other hand, they are elegant and beautiful, glamorous patrons that bestow upon the faithful every indulgence they could possibly imagine. To witness a Keeper of Secrets is to witness the totality of beauty and revulsion in a singular reality-defying entity, as everything about them exemplifies their conflicted nature. Their towering, lithe bodies are an androgynous fusion of human and animal parts, a sensual combination of additional appendages and claws, all wrapped in scintillating clothing woven from the finest of materials. Their powerful muscular form is coated in balms and scented oils, as well as jewels of impossible worth that accentuate its hypnotic movements. The mind-altering musks they generate, although difficult to describe, are said to smell like a combination of the world's most illustrious perfume mixed with rotting meat. To witness such a creature is to simultaneously experience fear and joy, despair and hope, revulsion and arousal, suffering and pleasure. Emotions that the Keeper of Secrets delights in forcing upon mortals. To simply stand in their presence is to surrender the entirety of one's self-will. It doesn't matter how disciplined they are, it doesn't matter how much they pride themselves on their ability to resist temptation. To the Keeper of Secrets, all is laid bare. Every thought, every desire, every hope and wish that they have ever experienced exists as ammunition the creature can use to manipulate and dominate its foes by infecting their mind with whispered promises that are impossible to resist. Their ability to manipulate on a grand scale is one of the most dangerous things about them, as none are immune to their ability to deceive and corrupt, and entire sectors can fall under their influence. This isn't to say that they aren't also a terrifying force upon the battlefield, as in addition to them being the masters of manipulation, they are also vicious and graceful killers that delight in the sadistic excess of wanton violence. That being said, violence is only one part of the infinite spectrum of excess that Slaanesh delights in. Thus, the Keepers of Secrets are only deployed in force when all else has failed. When the ignorant of mankind reject the pleasures of the Dark Prince, the Keepers of Secrets take to the battlefield to correct this misjudgment through great and terrible violence. Violence that will be delivered in spectacular excess. They take a sickening pleasure in all forms of slaughter and torture, and are like twisted artists that view the act of excruciatingly painful death-dealing as a form of creative expression. When unleashed upon the battlefield, their sensual and delicate forms are at odds with their horrendously strong, blinding strikes that come out of nowhere at Quicksilver's speed. They are ludicrously fast, faster perhaps than any of the other demons aligned to the Ruinous powers. They tear across the battlefield, every strike so expertly delivered that it spills blood in a pleasing pattern and spreads severed limbs across the field in the form of an exotic tapestry. They are sadistically cruel, monstrously powerful, and perhaps most terrifyingly of all, frighteningly intelligent. Every act they commit, every foe they maim, is part of the Keeper's grand orchestra of pain, a symphony of suffering, accentuated by the percussion of explosions and the crescendo of the agonized screams of their victims as they are torn limb from limb. Aside from their remarkable skills as a physical combatant, they are also practitioners of the mystical arts. Their powers can be used to lead the weak to their doom, turn allies against each other, or unleash terrifying psychic agony across a wide area. There is nothing more seductive to the Keepers themselves than the corruption of warriors with particularly noble hearts, individuals that believe themselves incorruptible and are set on a path of discipline and virtue. To twist the heart of such a stoic individual and turn their quest for glory into a debased lusting for excess and depravity is like an irresistible drug to the Keepers. Thus, they will routinely seek out such men and women, sacrificing them to the perverted will of Slaanesh. Although it may be difficult to believe, it is said that the Keepers of Secrets and many of Slaanesh's demonic forces in general enjoy battle even more than the bloodthirsty warriors of Khorne. However, despite their shared appreciation for death-dealing, there does exist a bitter rivalry between the two gods and their forces. Slaanesh views Khorne as a brute that cannot appreciate the beauty of war, a simpleton that is too consumed with the act of slaughter that they are incapable of savoring the ecstasy of it. Khorne and his followers, on the other hand, despise Slaanesh. The battle is all that matters. Killing is a purpose in and of itself, and to draw out the victim's suffering is nothing more than a roadblock to spilling more blood and taking more skulls. To us mortals, the act of wanton slaughter is obviously reprehensible, but we can at least understand why a demonic entity would delight in pursuing it. However, the strange esoteric objectives of the next demon on this list are utterly incomprehensible. To the followers of Tzeentch, sorcery, deception, and knowledge are some of the greatest tools in the galaxy, instruments that can be used to bring about change in all forms, from the subtle and personal to the cataclysmic and galaxy-defining. None better encapsulate the ideals of the Architect of Fate, more so than his greater demons, the Lords of Change. Although, despite existing as repositories of forbidden lore and remarkable psychic ability, even they are nothing more than pawns in the infinite labyrinthian plots and schemes of their master. The nature of change is a fickle beast, and thus the Lords of Change can take on a variety of different forms, though they most often appear as lanky humanoid birds with long necks and extended limbs, with resplendent plumage. They are often draped in clothing reminiscent of what we would associate with wizards, mages, and high priests. And although their powerful limbs, claws, and beaks, as well as the sparkling blades they wield, make them no slouch in melee combat, the real power of the Lord of Change comes in the form of the magics that it is capable of wielding. They are sorcerers without equal, and wield the raw essence of chaos more expertly than even the most skilled assassins can wield a blade or firearm. Their sorcery can come in a lot of different forms, each more terrifying to behold than the last. On one hand, they may send forth billowing plumes of pink and blue warp fire that burn not only flesh, but the souls of their victims as well, twisting and contorting them into gibbering creatures of chaos. On the other hand, their magic may be far more subtle, sending out deceptive waves of psychic manipulation that induce feelings of dread, confusion, fear, or any other emotion that the Lord of Change wishes. They are the masters of illusion and can trap the minds of their foes in an infinitely complex network of lies and deceit, rendering their physical form helpless to the encroaching hordes of Tzeentchian demons. With a few well-placed lies, a Lord of Change can manipulate mortals in its presence to reveal treasured secrets, betray their brothers, ignore ethics and laws, and, whether willingly or unwillingly, commit their life to doing the will of Tzeentch. They are by far the most intelligent of all of the greater demons, and thus dedicate their immortal lives to collecting information, learning everything there is to know within the material and immaterial universe, to the point where they are effectively omniscient. Their intellect is so towering and oppressive that when they gaze upon mortals, they do not see their physical form, but see every moment in their life, every hope and dream, every failure and success, every fear and ambition that the individual has ever experienced. It would be like if you had the ability to look at another person and then, just based on a quick assessment of their personality, physical appearance, and speech pattern, you would know everything about them, every step they have ever taken throughout their life that led them to this moment, every experience they ever had that made them who they are. To make eye contact with such an entity is to witness the entirety of the paradoxical nature and wisdom of Tzeentch. It is no wonder that few can exist under the gaze of such a creature without immediately having their mind fractured and their sanity eroded. And thus it is that the Lords of Change are so particularly dangerous, not just because of the psychic obliteration that they can unleash upon the battlefield, but in how unbelievably skilled they are when it comes to manipulation. Although to know the true nature of Tzeentch and his plans is an impossibly ludicrous notion, we can at least witness within his greater demons a desire to redirect the predictable course of history, to, in every possible scenario, direct the future down new and unexpected paths. The Lords of Change seem to have a deep loathing of the trappings of comfort, stability, and familiarity. Instead, whether on an individual scale or scaled up to that of an entire world, a Lord of Change seeks to break apart the foundations of the consistent, to destroy the enduring and eliminate all constants. They seek to obliterate worlds and build them up anew in a twisted mockery of the former. They seem to revel in dashing the hopes of the ambitious, while simultaneously raising the dregs of society to positions of ultimate authority. Because of the Lords of Change nature and Tzeentch in general, it should come as no surprise that them and Nurgle do not get along. Nurgle and his followers believe in the cyclical nature of the universe, that everything that begins must end, everything that lives must die, and that every creature, big and small, has a predetermined role to play in the inevitability of entropy. Tzeentch and his Lords of Change reject that notion, that there is no cycle, that life can go in any direction that it chooses, that there are no constants, and there is only change. I realize that this video has had a pretty serious tone, and now that we've had a bit of time to learn a bit more about all four of the greater demons, I want to take a moment to kind of relax a bit and have a bit more of a casual discussion about one thing in particular that tends to pop up in Warhammer discussions pretty frequently. And that's quite simply, which one of these dudes is the strongest? Now, many Warhammer fans claim that it is the Bloodthirster, as the lore specifically tells us that at this moment in time, Khorne has seen a resurgence and is considered to be the most powerful god. Which makes sense when you think about it. Khorne's power is directly related to how much violence, hatred, wrath, and bloodshed exist in the universe at any given moment. And in the grimdark future where there is only war, violence is not in short supply. However, we also know two important things. One is that all of the gods at one point or another have been considered the strongest, as their influence ebbs and flows. And two, time is a meaningless concept to the gods, for they have always existed and never existed simultaneously. Meaning, in a bit of a macro perspective, they are always existing simultaneously at their strongest and weakest point. All four of the greater demons are fully capable of doing what their siblings do, just in different ways. Like when it comes to their ability to corrupt, Tzeentch is often considered to be the master manipulator. But Slaanesh is equally skilled in this department. Their deception just takes on different forms, one a bit more horny than the other. Nurgle spreads his corruption through his diseases, and considering the virulent nature of pathogens, it's a foregone conclusion that such corruption will have no trouble spreading from person to person, or from world to world, or sector to sector. Khorne's corruption functions in the exact same manner, it's just not as obvious. The hatred is a disease. It is a sickness of the mind and the soul, and it is profoundly contagious. It spreads on a personal scale from individual to individual, or on a grand scale through radio, Vox, pic feeds, or if we want to use a real-world example, even our social media feeds. It mimics how a disease becomes a pandemic when it mutates to infect water supplies or become airborne. I mean, honestly, anyone who spent even a minute on the internet over the last 5 years should be well aware of just how easy it is for rage to transmit across channels. When it comes to physical combat, however, a bloodthirster may be the physically strongest and able to inflict the most damage with a single swing of their blade, but the Great Unclean One can tank more damage than any of the other greater demons, and fights with plagues and diseases in a war of attrition. Meanwhile, the Keeper of Secrets can run circles around all of the other ones, while the Lord of Change fights primarily with magic. And when it comes to magic, if I'm being honest with you, it's as powerful as the author needs it to be for any particular story. I personally think any attempt to rank them is ultimately meaningless, as their positive and negative traits combine together to come to a sum of 0. It may not be the most accurate way of looking at things, but I've always kind of thought of the greater demons in terms of RPG characters. You've got your tank, your fighter, your rogue, and your caster. No one combatant in the arena match is objectively superior. They all have different strengths and weaknesses. One may rise to the top at one point or another, but then those patch notes come in and the meta shifts and everyone respecs or rerolls. By this simple analogy I've laid out, I believe that the true threat is when the need arises for all of these demons to unite together, to set aside their hatred for one another and focus on a singular objective of destruction. Anyone who's ever fought a raid boss before knows you're not going to do it with a doom stack of rogues or fighters. You need a balanced team. I honestly don't think it's a controversial statement to say that Chaos Undivided is substantially more dangerous than any of the gods acting on their own. The 4 ruinous powers uniting against a common enemy and a full party of greater demons assembling is apocalypse given form. But what do you think of all this? Which one of the greater demons is your favorite and why? Do you disagree? This video is brought to you by Warhammer 40k Tacticus. In the grim darkness of the far future, humanity is beset on all sides by some of the most truly horrific and monstrous entities imaginable. Dark eldritch gods that view the living as nothing more than playthings. All manner of heretics, witches, mutants, and alien abominations that lurk deep in the void of space and hunger for the flesh of mortal men. To be born into such a galaxy is a truly horrific fate indeed. But aside from the various heroic forces that seek to protect the kingdom of man, there is a force far more powerful that inspires hope in the believer and fear in the hearts of the corrupt. I speak, of course, of faith, of the collective belief of an entire species that propels them to ever-increasing acts of greatness, even in such a miserable existence. Now, although the faithful are many, with an estimated human population in the quintillions, none are more adept at using the powers of faith as a weapon than that of the Adeptus Sororitas. The Sisters of Battle, as they are often called, are a truly ancient and righteous organization of battle-hardened women, each possessing considerable martial skill, and raised from birth in some of the most stringent and brutal military academies in the galaxy. Each and every warrior possessing a deadly combination of intellect, military prowess, and unbreakable resolve in their holy crusade. The sisters march to war armored by steel and faith, and deliver salvation to those that follow in the Emperor's light, and his divine judgment to the wicked. They are armed with the Holy Trinity, Bolter, Flamer, and Melta, with which they deliver the Emperor's divine obliteration to the heretic, the witch, and the mutant. While they fight, they sing hymns and shout out the names of their blessed saints and founders. The screams of the unclean, drowned out by the roar of chainswords and the prayers bellowed in his name. Sisters in winged jump packs fly overhead, descending upon their enemies like a retinue of vengeful angels, while multi-missiles from their artillery tanks rain down upon the fortification of the heretics as if from heaven itself. Each and every weapon, piece of armor, and war machine is anointed with holy scripture, sanctified by the priests of their order. Their faith in the Emperor is so absolute that the sisters display a level of fearlessness unheard of for mortals. And perhaps even more remarkably, their faith often manifests itself through literal miracles. The force of a blow being amplified beyond what is possible. The stock of their gun breaking through armored helmets and crushing skulls. Charging heretics suddenly bursting into flames. Attacks from their enemies that, by all accounts, should have been mortal injuries. leaving little more than faint bruises, or even literal angels materializing out of nowhere the moment all hope seems lost. They march across the galaxy, showing no mercy to the demonic abominations that have wormed their way into the hearts of the weak. For all that stray from his light must face his divine judgment. To stand against the Sisters of Battle is to fight belief itself, a force that is unkillable, unwavering, unquestioning, and unrelenting. Their holy wars will never end until every last ounce of corruption has been ripped from the beating heart of the Imperium, and the stars themselves are stained red with the blood of heretics. Through the fires of war and their righteous zeal, will the Sisters cleanse the galaxy of the heretic, the witch, and the alien, purged in his name. So with all that out of the way, what exactly are the Sisters of Battle, and what are they all about? Well, the Sisters of Battle are a militant branch of a larger organization known as the Adeptus Sororitas, which itself is an all-female sisterhood of an even larger organization known as the Adeptus Ministorum, or more commonly as the Ecclesiarchy. Now, you can think of the Ecclesiarchy like the official state church of the Imperium. That maintains that the Emperor of Mankind was a living god who walked amongst his servants before ascending to the realm of the spiritual with his entombment upon the Golden Throne. He now watches over and protects mankind from the heavens. Their religion is officially known as the Imperial Cult, and the tenets they lay out as the Imperial Creed. It is the faith shared by just about every loyal human alive, with the exception of a handful of factions such as the Adeptus Mechanicus or the majority of the Space Marines, to name but a few. The church itself controls an enormous amount of power and holds great influence over the Imperium, standing side by side with the Adeptus Administratum as one of the primary powers governing day-to-day life within the Imperium. To the average citizen living amongst the million worlds of the Imperium, the Emperor has always been the god of humanity. It has always been this way. But we as the audience get to see him through the Horus Heresy novels and get a better understanding of his views on religious worship, something that he was definitely not in favor of at the time, and saw religion as a hindrance to mankind's ability to prosper. But from humanity's perspective, those events happened over 10,000 years ago, and the vast majority of the documentation of what he was actually like has either been lost or purged. They mostly just have to go on what the Ecclesiarchy has told them. Most of the knowledge of his divinity comes from a book known as the Lectitio Divinitatis, a tome that was penned by one of the Emperor's Primarch sons, Lorgar of the Wordbearers, who would go on to be the first betrayer of the Imperium and initiate the Horus Heresy, one of the bloodiest civil wars mankind had ever seen. And nowadays, he's literally a demon out in the warp doing all kinds of unspeakable evil things. To use a real-world example, it would be like the Bible being written by the devil. The fact that he wrote this book is known only to a few, such as Guilliman, Primarch of the Ultramarines, and the de facto leader of the Imperium in the 41st millennium. But if he were to reveal such knowledge, it would immediately be condemned as blasphemy by the Church, and would send the entirety of the Imperium into chaos, so he keeps his mouth shut. The Emperor is everywhere and everything at all times. It is believed that he offers his divine protection that those that believe in him. And the people of this time take great comfort in this, because the 40k universe, for lack of better words, is pretty brutal and horrifying. For those who live in squalor in the Underhives, or in poverty on some backwater agri-world that the Imperium has all but forgotten about, knowing that the Emperor is watching over them gives many the strength they need to keep going. When it comes to the way the Sisters of Battle view their faith, there are a few very specific beliefs that, although are not wholly unique to the Sisters, make them stand apart from the masses. That is the belief in righteous suffering and martyrdom. For the Sisters, suffering is to be embraced. For to suffer is to be made stronger and eventually be made immune to it. They believe there is no greater death than to die in the Emperor's name. Each sister believes that through death will her martyrdom light a fire in the hearts of thousands, if not millions. And over time, the tales of her heroic deeds will spread across the galaxy, inspiring courage and heroism in a whole new generation. It is a glorious death, and not to be feared, but embraced as going home to the Emperor. Before we go any further, a quick shout out to this video's sponsor, who was nice enough to provide some prizes to give away to my viewers. When I heard that Warhammer 40k Tacticus was gonna be a mobile game, I'm gonna be honest, I was a little bit skeptical. 40k games are hit or miss as it is, and that goes double for mobile games. But here's the thing, I actually ended up really enjoying it. The game is free to play and features dozens of iconic units and characters from the 40K franchise, and allows you to get in some awesome 40K gameplay whenever you want. Tacticus currently features 3 separate campaigns that see you spearhead the assault in some of 40K's most famous crusades, such as the Indomitus Crusade, the Fall of Cadia, and Warzone Octarius. The game also features a PvP arena mode, where you can test your skills against teams from around the world, a Tyranid-themed horde mode called Onslaught, and even some guild raids that see you and your guild working together to take down some truly monstrous creatures. Tacticus currently features 8 beloved factions from the Warhammer 40K universe, including the Ultramarines, the Adeptus Sororitas, the Black Legion, Astra Militarum, Necrons, Black Templar, Death Guard, and everyone's favorite, the Orcs. And the developers have promised that they're going to be adding even more factions over time. Now, I've been playing Warhammer 40K for 15 years. I own a frankly irresponsible amount of Warhammer armies, and one of the world's largest piles of shame. And if it was up to me, I would be playing the tabletop game every day. But since YouTube became my full-time job, I just don't have a lot of time for gaming anymore. Tacticus has been absolutely amazing, and has allowed me to get my 40K fix without having to dedicate 5 hours to a single game. I launched the app and within seconds, I'm playing a condensed version of Warhammer 40K, and now is the perfect time to start playing the game, as it just launched a few days ago as of the time of this recording. So everyone is just getting started together, and the awesome people over at Tacticus were nice enough to supply me with some pretty cool prizes for my viewers, including a Tacticus hoodie, a combat patrol box, a painted miniature, and a set of painting supplies to get you started in the Warhammer hobby. So stay tuned to the end of the video for instructions on how to enter. It's totally free and you don't even have to download the game. So thanks again to the awesome people over at Warhammer 40K Tacticus for sponsoring this video. And with that out of the way, let's get into the Grimdark. In the novel Mark of Faith by Rachel Harris, a group of sisters is fighting against the demonic forces of chaos. They have suffered enormous losses and are basically making their last stand. Now, one of these women who will become the main character of this story, Evangeline, is remarked by her fellow sisters as having one of the most beautiful voices in the entirety of the sororitas. This is a truly dark day, and the sisters know that it may be the end for them. So her fellow sister Isadora asks her, "Will you sing for us once more? Will you sing for us at the end?" She knows that her sisters take great comfort in her singing, and so she promises that she will. And this is when the sister superior of the group gives this speech. "We have suffered greatly here, my sisters, as we suffered at Ocassus and at Armageddon and on 100 other battlefields. But suffering is not to be lamented. Suffering is to be celebrated. Where there is suffering, there is life. There is spirit and fire and all of the things for which he made us. Where there is suffering, that is where we must fight with every ounce of our strength he gave us until it is time to join him in eternal glory. Fight, suffer, stand until you cannot. In his name." After this, the demons of Tzeentch begin to materialize all around them, and the sisters charge into battle, bolter shells blasting apart demons and chainswords roaring to life. Just as the sisters seem like they may end up having the upper hand, a greater demon, a Lord of Change, materializes before them, and through its twisting flamethrower made of pure warp magic, it begins to immolate the sisters one by one. The demons surge with newfound power at the appearance of their dark leader, and the sisters end up getting overwhelmed. Evangeline is fighting her hardest, her bolter pounding in her hands, but when she looks to her left, she sees her beloved sister Isadora engulfed in flames. And in a seemingly mocking cruelty, the Lord of Change casts a terrible spell that slows down time, forcing the soldiers to endure the agonizing pain. Evangeline wants to scream a roar of rage at the sight, but it's locked in her throat by the spell. Slowly, the burning face of her sister turns to her. Isadora manages one final request. "Sing," she says. The spell dissipates, and the woman falls to her knee, burning alive. Evangeline is the youngest of the group, and in comparison is inexperienced. She doesn't know what to do. She is completely overwhelmed. So she does the only thing she can, and she sings, just like she promised she would. "O God Emperor who is strength, I devote this life to you." While she sings, her bolter barks its fury. She turns its wrath upon the greater demon, bursting feathers and blood into the air. The beast roars and wheels about, sending bouts of fire into her other sisters. "O God Emperor who is grace, I devote this life to you." She buckles and falters, blood welling up in her throat, but never stops singing. She steadies herself and continues her march on this abhorrent abomination, the thing that has taken everything from her, her home and her sisters, but it hasn't taken her faith. As she sings, her sister Ashava manages to slip through the greater demon's guard, leaping into the air to meet it, her chainsword tearing into its flank. The beast screams in pain, and grabs her out of the air with a clawed hand and smashes her into the ground. Evangeline's heart breaks as her sister's bones do. "O God Emperor who is valor, I devote this life to you." She keeps singing, tears rolling down her face as the demon turns its bellowing fire onto their standard bearer, a relic that before, the demons couldn't touch or even come near. The standard bearer warps and twists into a chaos spawn and throws itself at Evangeline, knocking her to the ground. Just before the creature can finish her off, its multifaceted head bursts apart. Standing behind it is her sister superior Adeline, holding a smoking bolter. "Sing, Evangeline," she says, as a tear trails through the blood and dirt on the old woman's face. Before Evangeline can get up, the greater demon lunges and swings its massive sword at them. There is a blinding light, and when it dissipates, the women are still alive. Her sister superior deflected the blow with her power sword. A seeming impossibility, a miracle. "Stand until you cannot," the old woman says to her. She gets up and stands by her sister superior, ready to face the demon once more. Its sword falls again. This time, a miracle does not manifest, and her sister superior is cut down, the blow cleaving straight through the power sword to eviscerate her. Evangeline screams in rage and deep sadness, and picks up the broken sword and stands against the chaotic monstrosity. She is the last sister standing, and the demons are swarming in on her. She is ready to join her fallen sisters. Despite her suffering, she finishes her song, "O God Emperor, I devote this death to you." She raises her hands in the shape of the Aquila, and the darkness takes her. And you'll just have to read the book for yourself if you want to know more. It's excellent, and this story comes from the first few pages, so I don't want to spoil the rest of it. The sacred orders of the Adeptus Sororitas are thousands of years old, and began during one of the darkest periods in mankind's history, known as the Age of Apostasy. Thousands of years later, in the current time period of the 41st millennium, the Sisterhood acts as one of mankind's greatest military forces, standing alongside that of the Space Marines, the Astra Militarum, the Imperial Navy, the Custodians, and the Adeptus Mechanicus. The presence of the Sisters on the battlefield inspires the forces of the Astra Militarum in particular, due to their shared faith, to ever greater acts of bravery and heroism, such as the commanding charismatic presence that they hold. The Ecclesiarchy and the Sororitas are withholden to the larger Imperium, but they can enact their own campaigns, known as Wars of Faith, if it is deemed that the Imperial Creed has been threatened. Such engagements can last for hundreds, if not thousands of years, and are not complete until all traces of heresy have been completely eradicated. Such wars see the Sisters ferried into battle in their thousands, their warriors sent to destroy and slaughter any who have strayed so far from the path of the righteous that even the Emperor's light cannot redeem them. They act in his name as judge, jury, and executioner of the condemned. Now, the Adeptus Sororitas is a massive organization, and normally what we see in the lore is just their militant branches, which are often commonly referred to as the Sisters of Battle. The Sororitas actually features a lot of different orders that are not combat related, such as the Order Hospitaller, which focuses mainly on medical research and the training of battlefield medics. So if the Adeptus Sororitas is such a massive organization, then how is it organized? Well, it is split between two major covenants, one on Terra, known as Covenant Prioris, and another on the sacred world of Ophelia 7, known as Covenant Sanctorum. The two covenants are then further broken down into many different smaller orders as well, such as the militant orders of the Bloody Rose, Martyred Lady, and Valorous Heart being based in Ophelia, while the Sacred Rose, Ebon Chalice, and Argent Shroud operate out of Terra, each one being founded by or at least dedicated to a specific saint. All of these different organizations have completely unique histories, cultures, and interpretation of religious doctrines. And whatever differences they may have, they can all agree that they serve the Emperor above all others and are instruments of his will. And when it comes to the Sisters' power hierarchy, it's pretty straightforward. At the absolute top, you have the rank of Abbess Sanctorum, a rank currently held by Morven Val. They are the leader of the entire Adeptus Sororitas, and the position is that of the highest duties and responsibilities, one to be born with stoicism, rigid devotion, and humble acceptance. Beneath her are what is known as Prioresses, who are the figureheads of each of the two covenants. And further down the line, every single order is represented by a Canoness Superior. Missions are often led by a Canoness, and well beneath her are her Palatines, or junior officers. And with all that out of the way, let's talk a bit more about how the Sisters wage war, by taking a closer look at a handful of their most iconic units. So the Battle Sisters serve as the frontline soldiers and bulk of the Adeptus Sororitas' fighting force. These women are clad in power armor and trained extensively in the use of what is referred to as the Holy Trinity of Bolter, Melta, and Flamer. And I know I've said this about other things in the past, but that has got to be the most metal thing I have ever read. The Bolter represents the hand of the Emperor, reaching out to condemn the heretic, the Flamer and its bouts of holy fire, representing the Emperor's purifying word, while the Meltagun, which fires beams of superheated energy that can penetrate even the strongest metals in the galaxy, is seen as his penetrating gaze. And when the Holy Trinity is combined and utilized on the battlefield, it creates an all-purpose zone of death that obliterates hordes of infantry and armored vehicles alike, none escaping from the Sisters' judgment. Now, these women are not gene-augmented like their Space Marine cousins, instead are just human women, recruited from the Schola Progenium, which honestly deserves its own video, but to simplify it, you can think of it as the most elite military academy in the Imperium. Every sister is not only an incredibly skilled and disciplined warrior, but also has an incredible intellect, as the Progenium is absolutely ruthless and designed to weed out the weak. These women are often led by what is known as a Sister Superior, a veteran sister holding a rank similar to that of a sergeant in other factions, or more rarely by a Canoness, a shining beacon of righteousness and purpose, who can lead anything from a small mission of sisters, all the way up to an entire order in the case of a Canoness Superior. Dominion squads are sisters of battle that are normally armed with a variety of different flamer or melta weapons in order to clear out command bunkers and any strategic site of value to the sisterhood. They are women who are sent in to smash apart enemy defenses and break battle lines, and are noted for being incredibly courageous and aggressive. And whereas the Dominion squads are characterized by a hot-headedness, the Retributors, on the other hand, are calm and level-headed, said to have an almost serene-like demeanor about them. They've been intensely trained in the use of heavy weapons, and are said to be some of the best shots within the entirety of the Sisterhood, displaying levels of almost inhuman accuracy. And although most commonly associated with the heavy bolter, it's not uncommon for Retributors to wield Meltas or Flamers as well, as they are all an essential part of the Trinity. The Retributors' main job is to provide supporting fire to their sisters as they advance in front of them, sending hammering volleys of bolter shells to punish those that would seek to do their sisters harm. The Celestians, on the other hand, are some of the most elite combat veterans within the ranks of the Sisters of Battle, women who have seen countless horrific wars, and often, though not exclusively, will be made into units of bodyguards, and have been tasked with the sacred honor of escorting their Canoness into battle. Without a moment's hesitation, each one of these women would lay down their life for their beloved matriarch. The vast majority of Celestians served as Retributors or Dominions in the past, giving them access to a wide array of heavy firepower, and most of them managed to achieve the rank of a Sister Superior. And because of this, each woman brings her own distinctive set of skills and experience to the group. The bond she shares with her sisters is deeper than any other, and together, this group of veterans is able to combine their shared wisdom to overcome any obstacle or foe, no matter how powerful or horrifying. But more so than just their extensive experience, they are heralded as being some of the most devout followers of their faith, ironclad pillars of wisdom and enlightenment that inspires their younger sisters, who hope to one day emulate at least a fraction of their greatness. Now we're going to move on to something a little bit darker, and that is of course the iconic Repentia. Units of Repentia are comprised of sisters who have at some point failed to live up to the incredibly stringent code of their order, whether it be a great personal failure, a lapse in faith, or any such other misdoing that her sister superiors believe demands penance. Such a sister will be stripped of her power armor and her guns, and will instead be given a massive two-handed chainsword known simply as an eviscerator. She will then be forced to take to the battlefield in nothing more than simple clothes and humble rags. The sisters that would be known as Repentia seek penance for their failure through glorious and holy butchery, or at the very least, absolution through their death, as there is no greater honor than to die fighting in the Emperor's name. And the way their fellow sisters view them is actually pretty interesting, because on one hand, they are outcasts and represent abject failure, but on the other, the fellow battle sisters have an enormous amount of respect for them. They are viewed as pilgrims ready to make the ultimate sacrifice for their faith, absolutely fearless in the face of overwhelming odds. Becoming a Repentia is possible for any member of the sisterhood, no matter what their rank is, from new recruits all the way up to a Canoness. Even Saint Celestine was said to have served as a Repentia at one point. And even the sisters of the non-militant orders can end up as Repentia. And it doesn't have to be ordained by her superiors. There are many documented cases of sisters volunteering to take on the role of Repentia in a personal quest to atone for a perceived mistake. It doesn't matter if her sisters blame her or not. In her eyes, she has failed those closest to her and must do this to make amends. They take to the battlefield charging directly into the enemy's front lines, their eviscerators roaring, hungry for the blood of heretics. They strike and slash at their enemies, every blow sending limbs spiraling through the air, and unleashing torrents of blood and gore. Enemy after enemy is cut down, and with every corpse she creates, she feels the forgiveness of the God Emperor coming closer and closer. The worst sin that a Repentia can make is fleeing from battle. It is the ultimate act of cowardice and betrayal. It is to spit directly in the face of the God Emperor and to reject his offer of forgiveness. Such a crime is met with a truly horrific punishment. The deserter is placed into a cruel machine known as a mortifier engine. Now, much like the penitent engine, which we'll cover momentarily, it is a bipedal war machine wielding devastating melee weapons. The sister is blindfolded and sealed inside the armored, soundproof sarcophagus. She is then bound to the point where she can't even move. She will then be hooked up to the coffin's neural agonizer array, a pretty barbaric device is specifically designed to enhance the pilot's self-loathing exponentially. While the engine fights, driven on by her mental anguish, she will be fully aware that the machine is in battle, on a righteous crusade to slaughter the enemies of the Emperor, a battle that she will not be permitted to take part in. And to be denied the slaughtering of his enemies is downright torturous. She knows there is no hope and that her death is soon to follow, an unremembered end of no significance. The truly worst fate that could befall a sister. The penitent engine, on the other hand, fulfills a similar role but ditches the armored sarcophagus. It is piloted by sinners, criminals, and heretics, but very specifically, a sinner who has repented their blasphemy against the Emperor is someone who truly wishes to be redeemed. The major difference here is that being placed in a mortifier is a fate that befalls the Repentia specifically, a position that was already a second chance of atonement. There is no third chances within the Adepta Sororitas. The pilots are normally members of the ecclesiarchy, whether they be part of the sororitas itself or the larger ministorum, individuals who have strayed from the path of the Emperor's light, and through their mistakes or lapse in faith, have brought about the deaths of members of the faithful. And rather than simply being condemned and executed, they are given the opportunity to have their death mean something, and more importantly, to gain the God Emperor's forgiveness. In order to seek such an atonement, the individual is strapped to the front of the war machine and fitted with a whole array of cybernetic implants that link them with the machine, while simultaneously having an enormous amount of life-preserving chemicals pumped into their body. The sinner is often clothed only in simple rags, the Emperor's divine protection being the only armor that they will receive. The engine and its pilot are driven by a frenzied need to be forgiven, hurling themselves into combat and rampantly slaughtering the enemy until they are inevitably put down. The drugs that are constantly being pumped into their bloodstream are miraculous at preserving life. They, however, are not given any form of painkiller, as salvation is achieved through great suffering, meaning that the sinner can suffer grievous injuries that would surely kill them over and over and over, yet they will not be granted the mercy of death. The Sisters of Battle see it as their sacred duty to bear witness to the holy carnage brought about by the penitent engines. It is a grotesque, brutal, and sickening display, and even though the pilots have committed heinous crimes, their willingness to do this, to throw themselves into the fray, is a remarkable act of devotion that should be respected. And finally, I want to talk about one of the strangest entities that the Sisters utilize in war. They're known as the Living Saints, Saint Celestine potentially being the most famous of which. These are divine, angel-like entities that seem to appear almost at random whenever they are needed the most, and most of their reported sightings end with their apparent death, only for them to reappear once more, sometimes decades or even centuries later. The Living Saints were mortals at one point that, through their remarkable devotion to the Emperor, have ascended to something similar to that of a demon prince. They have been imbued with a portion of the Emperor's strength and abilities, which grants them remarkable powers, swinging flaming swords and manifesting gouts of holy flame from their person or weaponry. They take to the battlefield aloft on glorious feathered wings, like an avenging angel sent to deliver salvation to the faithful and damnation to the wicked. And I don't think it's possible to truly put into words what such an entity does for the morale of the Emperor's faithful. They appear when all hope seems lost, when the Imperium has suffered uncountable losses, and the enemy is sure to overwhelm them at any moment, when everything seems absolutely hopeless, and the mantra of the Emperor protects loses all meaning for the guardsmen in the trenches. In that moment, an actual angel appears, a literal physical manifestation of their faith, and a true, unquestionable miracle. To witness such divinity made manifest swells the hearts of the Sisters of Battle and the men and women of the Astra Militarum with hope, pride, and a refound vigor, a righteous second wind that propels them into combat, once more into the den of devils. shouting praise to the emperor at the top of their lungs. So now that we know more about the Adeptus Sororitas, let's talk about where they came from. You see, the Sisters of Battle can trace their origins back to a dark period in the Imperium's history known as the Age of Apostasy. And to truly understand the Sisters, we really need to have a grasp on what this often misunderstood time period was all about. And to really understand this, we're gonna need to know the difference between two powerful organizations within the Imperium, the Administratum and the Ministorum, which is often referred to as the Ecclesiarchy. You can think of them in a less than perfect analogy as the federal government and the state church of the Imperium. The Administratum was the system of bureaucrats placed in charge of running the Imperium as efficiently as possible. The pencil pushers and politicians, the ones responsible for collecting tithes from all the worlds within the Imperium, distribution of resources, overseeing supply lines, and anything you can think of when it comes to running a government. This system was a creation of the Emperor, and when he was mortally wounded and placed upon the Golden Throne, the full-time managing of the Imperium fell to them. Whereas the Ministorum is a massive and powerful organization that promotes that the Emperor is the one true God and manages the spiritual well-being, or more accurately, the strict compliance of every citizen to their imperial creed. And while he was alive, the Emperor had forbid the worship of any form of deity, and in particular of himself. Now, despite this edict, many cults would arise that worshipped him in secret across the Imperium. For the most part, they remained in the shadows, meeting in the boiler rooms of ships and holding candlelight sigils. With his death, the worship of him as a god spread like wildfire. By the 32nd millennia, it is estimated that nearly 3/4 of all of humanity had taken to worshiping him. The dominant cult that viewed him as a savior figure, known as the Temple of the Savior Emperor, would come to full power in the 32nd millennium, nearly 2,000 years after he'd been entombed. It was at this point that the High Lords of Terra recognized it as the state religion of the Imperium. The Church would gain a permanent representative amongst the High Lords, and its enormous amount of influence over mankind would continue to spread. With this, the Imperium of Man became a theocracy, where priests and spiritual leaders held just as much power, if not more, than the governing officials. By the end of the 33rd millennium, every single imperial world would have at least one massive shrine built in his honor, and the Ministorum would launch many holy wars designed to secure their position of power, stamping out any deviations from their beliefs, condemning all who would refuse to follow in the Emperor's light as heretics. And at this time, their only major threat to controlling the hearts and minds of the citizens of the Imperium came from a second cult of emperor worship known as the Confederation of Light. Whereas the Ecclesiarchy held the orthodox belief that sacrifices of wealth should be made to them in the form of tithes, taxes, and other such donations, in order to live a humble and blessed life, but also in that that money could be used to spread goodwill to other imperial citizens and true believers across the galaxy. And there may have been some truth to this, but mostly it was a way of increasing the church's power. Now, the Confederation of Light also believed in spirituality through poverty, but didn't want that money going to their organization. In fact, they believed very sternly in the separation of church from the governing systems of the Imperium. The Ecclesiarchy saw such views as massive threats to their power, and were basically like, welp, can't be having any of that nonsense. Heretics. They're all a bunch of heretics. And after a few failed attempts at infiltrating this imposter cult, the organization would launch its very first holy war. And since they had a lot more fanatical soldiers and much deeper coffers in order to fund their war effort, the Confederation of Light was all but completely wiped out, with only a few underground cults of followers still existing. Now in nearly full control of the minds and hearts of quintillions of faithful servants, the amount of wealth and power that was accumulating within the Ecclesiarchy is simply incomprehensible. They funneled this money into building ever increasingly grand and ornate cathedrals on worlds across the Imperium, to the point where many of these worlds would become what were known as shrine worlds, and became places where billions of pilgrims would migrate every year, turning them into economic hotspots. More importantly, their wealth was also funded into enormous armies that would go on to fight in many more holy wars in the future. At this point, the Administratum and other governing organizations within the Imperium were rightfully getting a little pissed off. The church had such an enormous amount of control that it was able to supersede any of the orders or edicts put in place by the Administratum. They were seen by the majority of the population as speaking with the authority of the Emperor himself, which certainly superseded any laws created by bureaucrats. All of the tithes and taxes that were being collected went to the church first, leaving the coffers of the Administratum in a constant decline, leaving next to nothing to actually accomplish anything. The Ecclesiarchy began setting up its own laws, placing its own representatives as governors over different sectors, and started raising tons of new armies. They nearly had full control over the Imperium at this point. And in order to gain back some of the power and influence that the Administratum had lost, they made the decision to basically infiltrate the ecclesiarchy. They made sure that the members the church would elect to hold powerful positions were either secretly loyal to the Administratum, or at least had their loyalty bought and paid for. This would lead to a series of completely incompetent leaders that probably ended up doing an enormous amount of damage to the people that lived under their rule. But the Administratum saw this as necessary for the continued existence of the Imperium as a whole. The Ministorum, frustrated by the financial impact these campaigns by the Administratum had taken on them, declared that they would move their seat of power from Holy Terra to a planet known as Ophelia 7, one of the richest planets in the Segmentum, only really being eclipsed by Terra itself and Mars. Completely moving their base of operations 10,000 light years out into the galaxy was a massive undertaking that cost an inconceivable amount of tax dollars. But the church saw it as worthwhile, because after the move, they were finally rid of the Administratum's bureaucracy and intervention tactics, and they quickly regained all of the lost funds and power, and then, yet again, raised even more powerful armies and fleets, becoming potentially the strongest military force in the entire Imperium. Their militant branches were collectively referred to as the Frateris Templar, and in the 36th millennium, the battle for control over the Imperium between the Ecclesiarchy and the Administratum reached a boiling point, and the Imperium would enter a new age, the Age of Apostasy. The Ecclesiarchy ruled like this for hundreds of years, until a new Ecclesiarch, Gregor XI, was elected. He was a deeply spiritual man that saw the move to Ophelia as misguided. He felt that all of the faithful should work together for the betterment of the Imperium, and thus declared that the Ecclesiarchy would be moving back to Terra. Now, the Cardinals of the Ministorum did not like this one bit, considering just how much had been spent getting them out there in the first place. And judging on their coffers, it had been incredibly successful. But the new Ecclesiarch could not be swayed, and thus the move was initiated, and the head officials of the Ecclesiarchy returned to Terra once again, stretching their coffers to the absolute limit. Not surprisingly, his rule did not last much longer than this, as he was found dead shortly later, having been apparently assassinated through food poisoning. This is where one of the most hated, feared, and all-around notorious characters in all of 40k enters the story. The madman known as Goj Vandire. Vandire was the 361st head of the Administratum, a position he managed to gain through a campaign of blackmail, bribery, espionage, and assassination. He had a deep hatred for the Ministorum and set in motion a plan to gain control of it. He did this by taking possibly the weakest man to have ever lived, Paulus III, and selected him to become the new Ecclesiarch. Any that would stand in the way of him getting the position would mysteriously disappear or meet an unfortunate end. After Paulus successfully became the new Ecclesiarch, rumors immediately began to spread in the higher echelons of the Imperium of his apparent degeneracy and horrid personal pastimes. Vandire led a force of armed soldiers to infiltrate the Shrine Palace and gun down any that stood in their way. The official report that he gives was that when him and his men kicked in the door, Paulus was engaged in some form of horrific blasphemous act and had to be put down, after which Vandire declared himself as the new Ecclesiarch, which effectively gained him control of both the Administratum and the Ministorum, which at this point in time made him the most powerful man the Imperium had ever seen next to the Emperor himself. He then set about on a crusade against the Ecclesiarchy, purging any groups that would deny his claim as Ecclesiarch. Now, even before this happened, Vandire was known for being unstable, despite the fact that he was definitely shrewd and cunning. But from this point forward, his insanity would begin to increase exponentially. He was known to frequently go into bouts of madness, where he would frantically spout gibberish and have full-blown arguments with himself. If anyone overheard this and asked questions, he would claim that the Emperor was speaking directly to him. Or, if he couldn't be bothered, he would just have them assassinated. He would appoint either other equally insane individuals that believed in him, or weak-willed people that he could control, into positions of power to further spread his dominance over the Imperium. And I know this is a Sisters of Battle video, and I just spent a whole bunch of time talking about specifically not the Sisters of Battle, so thankfully, to get back on topic, this is where they enter the picture. You see, it was around this time that one of Vandire's scribes informed him of a religious sect of warrior women known as the Daughters of the Emperor, and a little-known backwater agri world known as San Lior. These women were said to have remarkable military prowess, and were fully 100% dedicated to the worship of the Emperor. Vandire and his armies went to San Lior to see the women for himself. When they arrived, him and the great retinue of soldiers and war machines marched onto the small town the women called home. At the gates, he demanded to be let inside, but the daughters proclaimed to him that they answered only to the Emperor himself, and would open the gates for no man. Now, just about everyone who knew Vandire was 100% ready for him to explode into one of his crazed fits of rage. But seemingly out of character, he smiled and was incredibly calm. He said, "If I can prove to you that the Emperor speaks through me, will you hear me out?" The Gatemaster relayed this information to the daughters, and they agreed to let him and a small contingency of his men inside. He was met by Alicia Dominica, the leader of the daughters, and the women that she led. He pulled out his rosary holding it in his hand. He told one of them to shoot him in the chest. He said, "The Emperor will not allow me to be harmed." His request was granted, and a las pistol shot was fired at him. There was a great blinding white light that consumed Vandire's entire physical form. And when the light dissipated, Vandire stood there unharmed. The daughters dropped to their knees and sweared loyalty to him, seeing him as a messiah figure of the god they worshipped. Now, none of this is true. Vandire was a madman, but he could be incredibly convincing when he wanted to be. The Rosarius was a personal refractor field, a force field-like device. No one on this backwater world had ever seen such a thing, so he used this to deceive them. And surprising absolutely no one, the degenerate renamed them from the daughters of the Emperor to the brides of the Emperor, and used them as his personal retinue and bodyguard from that point forward. The bride's martial prowess was beyond exceptional, having no fear due to their unshakable faith, and when combined with the ornate and high-tech weaponry funded by the Ecclesiarchy and the Administratum's coffers, they were an incredibly deadly fighting force to behold, and would end up defending him against several different assassination attempts. What followed next was a dark period within the Imperium's history, marked by war and famine, where Vandire unleashed his armies against anyone and everyone for even the slightest of offenses, and many referred to his rule as the Reign of Blood. The Imperium seemed doomed to repeat the mistakes of the past, and once again was in peril of collapsing. This was a period where every faction within the Imperium ended up getting sucked in by Vandire's madness, and at one point, a combined force of Adeptus Mechanicus, as well as 4 chapters of the Space Marines belonging to the Imperial Fists, the Firehawks, the Soul Drinkers, and the Black Templar, began to attack the Ecclesiarchal Palace. Their goal, to rid the Imperium of Vandire's tyranny. But this is a video about the sisters, so we're gonna skip ahead to where they come in. As in a twist of fate, it would be the brides of the Emperor who would end up putting down the tyrant themselves. You see, the only Imperial faction who really hadn't gotten involved at this point were the Custodians.
Oh, it's just that
they didn't really consider themselves part of the Imperium. They were soldiers and guardians of the Emperor and the Emperor alone, choosing not to involve themselves in the machinations of the Imperium unless they deemed it the God Emperor's will to do so. But as the true scope of Vandire's Reign of Blood became apparent to them, they couldn't stand by idly anymore. A group of the Custodians made their way inside Vandire's palace, where they were eventually intercepted by the brides of the Emperor. Some accounts state that the brides dueled with the Custodians, while others state only Mina, champion of Dominica, fought the lead custodian, Longinius, to a standstill. Other accounts state that only mere threats were leveled at one another. Whatever the case may be, Longinius sought to prevent any further bloodshed than necessary, and asked the sisters for a parley. In doing this, he ordered the other custodians to stand down and lay down their weapons. He spoke with the women, attempting to appeal to their faith, that Vandire was nothing but a bloodthirsty tyrant, and the Emperor would have never ordained something as vile as his reign. The brides were not swayed by this. Their faith was unbreakable, and were prepared to fight them to the death. As seeing no other option, the custodian made one more attempt to convince them, leaving the men under his control as hostages. He took Alicia and her 5 personal bodyguards through a series of secret underground passages that led to the Imperial Palace. The women that accompanied her were named Catherine, Lucia, Mina, Silvana, and Arabella. And remember their names, because they're going to be important later. His goal was to bring them before the Emperor himself. And I can't accurately put into words what a big deal that is. No one had been permitted audience with the Emperor's body in thousands of years. The custodians were offering these women the opportunity to literally stand before and commune with their god. Now, what exactly happened that fateful day inside the walls of the Sanctorum Imperialis is known only to those 6 women and the god Emperor himself. But when they emerged, it was said that their eyes burned with anger and wrath. Dominica proclaimed Vandire as a monster, a heretic, a twisted blasphemer that had corrupted not only the Ecclesiarchy, but the sacred order of the daughters themselves. They had been used and shamed by the epitome of filth and swore vengeance upon him. They cast off the moniker of brides and once again became the daughters of the Emperor. Longinius led them back to the shrine, and the women broke into Vandire's office. Alicia unsheathed her power sword and issued an impassioned decree of heresy at him. You have committed the ultimate heresy. Not only have you turned your back on the Emperor and stepped from his light, you have profaned his name and almost destroyed everything he has driven to build. You have perverted and twisted the path he has laid for mankind to tread. As your own decrees have stated, there can be no mercy for such a crime, no pity for such a criminal. I renounce your lordship. You walk in the darkness and cannot be allowed to live. Your sentence has been long overdue, and now it is time for you to die. And don't get me wrong, Van Dyer is an absolute monster, a reprehensible character. But his final words here were actually kind of amazing. Absolutely out of his mind and completely divorced from reality, he stared her down and proclaimed, "I don't have time to die. I'm far too busy." Alicia swung her sword, beheading the tyrant and thus ending the reign of blood. With the end of Van Dyer's reign, the Imperium began to piece itself back together. A man named Sebastian Thor would end up becoming the new ecclesiarch, and he had actually met with the surviving members of the Confederation of Light, the target of the ecclesiarch's first holy war. Their humble vision of emperor worship would end up replacing that of the Temple of the Holy Savior's theology. Thor would go on to severely limit the church's power, and once again, separated it from the Administratum. The Ministorum from that point forward would still be a powerful organization within the Imperium, but it wouldn't be completely dominating. He would also go on to limit the church's military power by disbanding the Frateris Templar and issuing a decree that said that the church would have no men under arms from this point forward. A cleverly disguised loophole, as he replaced the previous military powers of the ecclesiarchy with the daughters of the emperor, who from that point forward would be known as the Adeptus Sororitas, and whose militant order would be collectively referred to as the Sisters of Battle. And just a quick footnote here, the no men under arms thing is kinda old lore at this point, and in more recent interpretations of this time, Thor seems to still hold that limiting the church's military might is incredibly important, but instead of them existing through a loophole, he sees the sisters as a necessity and that their skills must be utilized for the good of humanity. Events like this in 40k normally have a whole bunch of different interpretations, so whichever one you choose to believe in this particular instance is totally up to you. After this, the Sisters of Battle, led by Dominica and her 5 bodyguards, would take part in many new wars of faith, spreading the Emperor's light to the dark corners of the galaxy, and swearing oaths to destroy the heretic, the witch, and the mutant wherever it may appear. They were provided incredibly powerful weaponry and would end up becoming some of the staunchest defenders of mankind that had ever existed. After a point, Dominica oversaw a reformation of her sisterhood, as she wanted to prevent another ecclesiarch who would arise in the future from having full control over the Adeptus Sororitas. The forces were split between Terra and the ecclesiarchy's former seat of power, Ophelia 7, and this would end up creating 2 separate covenants. Covenant Prioris, that was based on Terra, and Covenant Sanctorum, based on Ophelia 7. Each of the covenants was absolutely massive, housing tens of thousands of sisters, with more and more recruits joining over time. After Sebastian Thor ended up passing away at the ripe old age of 112, his successors would follow in his wake and over time declare that the 2 covenants be split into smaller militant orders, as each of them continued to grow larger and larger. It was Dominica herself who first established the sisterhood, and when the first splitting was ordained in the year 378 of the 36th millennia, she would become the canoness of the First Order Militant of Covenant Prioris, the Order of the Ebon Chalice. The same year, Catherine would become the founder of the Order of the Fiery Heart, which would eventually be renamed to the Order of Our Martyred Lady with her death. Lucia would go on to found the Order of the Valorous Heart, while Sylvana founded the Order of the Argent Shroud. Almost 2,000 years later, after Dominica and all 5 of her bodyguards had long since passed away, and had officially been declared as saints by the ecclesiarchy, in the 38th millennia, the 2 covenants would split one more time. Covenant Sanctorum would create the Order of the Bloody Rose, founded in honor of their patron saint Mina, and Covenant Prioris would create the Order of the Sacred Rose, named in honor of their patron saint Arabella. By the time of the 41st millennium, all of these orders have existed for thousands of years, and all of which have incredibly unique histories, cultures, and ways of conducting war. So let's talk about each one of them. The Order of the Martyred Lady is by far the most numerous and widespread of all of the orders militant of the Adeptus Sororitas. They have sworn an oath of vengeance to hunt down the heretic wherever it rears its head, from the galaxy's core to the galactic rim. Although all sisters have been taught that a death fighting in the Emperor's name is a glorious thing, the Sisters of Our Martyred Lady take this much further. So much so that their fearlessness in battle can often be mistaken as a death wish, as the order has developed what seems to be a cult of martyrdom. Such a sister will stand defiantly against the enemies of the Emperor, with bolter in hand and revving chainswords, shouting hymns to the God Emperor as they slay heretics, Xenos, and mutant alike. When she dies, her death will be met with cheers from her surviving sisters, as to witness such a glorious and heroic death is a gift that should be celebrated. The surviving sisters will fight harder and faster as the Emperor's gaze will be drawn to the battlefield, and miracles that can only be explained as such will begin to manifest for the warriors she left behind, swiftly turning the tide of battle in the sisters' favor. To the ignorant observer, the way the Sisters of the Martyred Lady fight may seem unorganized and a bit chaotic. It is said they spread across the battlefield like wildfire, units spreading in every direction, with bolter and flamer in hand. Their fighting style, however chaotic it may seem, leads them to be incredibly quick and efficient, and they are able to switch tactics in but a moment, keeping the enemy confused and not knowing exactly how to react. The reality is that these women are incredibly disciplined, and they follow the teachings of St. Catherine to a letter, a woman who was a devout student of not just the imperial faith, but of military doctrines as well. Whereas the Order of the Martyred Lady practices the Emperor's vengeance, the Order of the Valorous Heart is one that's much more representative of his stoicism and forbearance. Their founder and matriarch Lucia was said to be the opposite of St. Catherine. Whereas Catherine was characterized by her burning passion, Lucia was stoic, level-headed, and calculating. Her and the sisters that would follow in her path would be an immovable, unbreakable anvil to complement the fiery, crushing hammer of St. Catherine's order. Through Lucia's teachings, her sisters would forever have to carry a great burden and would never be allowed to forget the sins of their ancestors, the brides of the Emperor. Because of their mistakes, they would have to live a life of penance, which took the form of aggressively seeking out worlds rife with corruption and marked by a lack of faith, planets that had been entirely consumed by witchcraft and chaotic cults. And through the fires of war would they systematically grind them down. In battle, the Order of the Valorous Heart employs a number of tactics designed to cripple their enemy's supply lines and infrastructure, choosing to target the means of production, and systematically destroying fuel reserves, poison water supplies, and burst any pipelines containing radioactive or hazardous material. In addition, they would seek to destroy any food supplies, including plants and animals that their enemies could gain sustenance from, transforming the environment into a barren and hostile wasteland, locking the enemy in place and pushing their offensive lines. They would do this to grind them down in a war of attrition, a style of battle that the Valorous Heart is incredibly skilled in. And the way St. Lucia would end up gaining martyrdom was by meeting a terrible fate, as she was captured by heretics and tortured for a long period of time, having her eyes gouged out and being forced to listen to the suffering of everyone else the cult had captured. She stoically endured countless agonies until eventually succumbing to her injuries. The cult would then begin to spread the rumor that in her final moments, she had renounced her faith and rejected the God Emperor. Their triumphant mockery was short-lived, as her fellow sisters then spent the next several decades hunting down every last one of them. What the sisters ended up doing with the captured cultists is unknown. However, it is said that ever since that day, deep within the undercrofts of their sanctuary, the sisters have been putting their knowledge of life extension and pain enhancement to great use. The women of the Valorous Heart wear their battle scars with pride, as through pain and suffering, they feel a closeness to their matriarch, enduring just a sliver of what she must have had to go through. It is said that they never use anything to reduce the pain of their injuries, because to do so would be seen as hypocritical, as Lucia had taught them that through their faith in the Emperor, they could overcome any amount of suffering. The Order of the Bloody Rose, founded in the name of Saint Mina, represents the embodiment of the Emperor's hatred and anger towards heretics. They do not exist to save the innocents of the Imperium, nor do they care for the ramification of their bloody and violent crusades. They exist only to slaughter the guilty. Since the beginning, the Order of the Bloody Rose has been seen as a sisterhood of executioners. Now, normally when the sisters of other orders are deployed to a world in order to purge it of heretics, in their wake would be members from the Order Hospitaller and Dialogus, the former bringing aid to the wounded civilians of the world, and the latter to catalog and record the events of the battle, and thus the subsequent liberation of the planet. When they would follow the Sisters of the Bloody Rose, they would find nothing but death and destruction. So clinical was their righteous butchery that the sisters wouldn't even stop for but a moment to set free their enemies' captives. Their only mission, to cleanse the world through blood and fire. Using the blood of her fallen sisters, the Canoness Superior known as Saint Mari would end up penning an article known as the Thorn Treatise. In this document, she declared that the path of the least evil lies always in the swift obliteration of those who oppose the faith. Mercy in any form must come after the venting of righteous anger. The sisters of this order are taught to harness all of their violent tendencies in anger. Every feeling of hatred or impulse to enact violence is seen as a valuable tool to be unleashed upon the enemies of their faith. Whereas other orders participate in silent contemplation and prayer, The sanctuaries of the Bloody Rose are instead filled with the righteous bellowing of litanies at the top of their lungs, each verse dripping with rage. The Order has an affinity for close combat, often utilizing tactics and maneuvers to bait their enemies into overextending before spinning about and slamming into them, crashing into the enemy lines and crushing them under their boots. To the outside observer, this may look like a bunch of blood-crazed barbarians drunk on slaughter, but the reality is that they are incredibly disciplined, and that hatred and anger is something that they have learned to hone and unleash only at the moment before a strike. Through this, they can throw bare-fisted blows that shatter skulls and explode organs. The Order of the Bloody Rose believes that only by spilling the blood of the unfaithful shall a world be purified once again. The Order of the Ebon Chalice was the first order of the Sisters of Battle, and was founded by none other than their matriarch, Alicia Dominica, the woman who executed Van Dyer and ended his reign of blood. Whereas other orders reject their ancestors or see the mistakes as something that requires a lifetime of penance, the Order of the Ebon Chalice seeks to adhere strictly to their teachings, only deviating from them to incorporate more modern weaponry and armor, and has a great deal of respect and veneration for the original teachings of the Daughters of the Emperor, from before Van Dyer corrupted their order. Dominica was so deeply respected that all of the Sisters of the Ebon Chalice wished to do all they could to emulate her greatness. As the executioner of Van Dyer, she was seen as the God Emperor's champion. Now, where they get their name from is actually pretty interesting. You see, there was this ancient artifact known as the Grail of Ages that Dominica herself would carry into battle. It was a black goblet that was said to represent her communion with the Emperor. There are very few records that exist that tell exactly what this relic was capable of, many of which making seemingly impossible claims. One account says that during one battle in particular, the energy of the Grail was unleashed, and every single psyker on the entire planet, not just on the battlefield, the entire planet, immediately burst into flames. There's another account of a different battle that states that Dominica poured out the contents of the goblet, and when she did this, the Emperor was able to speak through her. He uttered but a single word, but there was so much psychic power behind its syllables that an entire army was instantly destroyed. The Sisters of the Ebon Chalice do not speak of the Grail, and if pressed, they say that it is simply a representation of all of the secrets great and terrible that Dominica learned on that fateful day when the Emperor spoke to her, and that they and they alone must now be the bearers of that sacred knowledge. And in order to protect the secrets of the Grail, the Sisters of the Ebon Chalice will pursue any recorded record of an account of the Grail's existence or its secrets, purging and destroying these records whenever they are found, condemning any of the scribes that penned the work and thus have knowledge of the Grail's secrets as heretics. Much like the Order of the Ebon Chalice, the Order of the Argent Shroud derives its name from an ancient relic. You see, their founder and matriarch, Saint Silvana, ended up getting murdered before she could unleash her first ever War of Faith. Now, this is an event that is shrouded in mystery, and even to this day, it remains kind of unclear what exactly happened to her. But most accounts make mention of some kind of assassin. Now, the most credible stories say that the assassination attempt was not meant for her, but for Dominica herself, and Silvana, the ever-loyal bodyguard, threw herself in between Dominica and the killer, sacrificing herself so that the Emperor's chosen could live on. And super mysteriously, 7 days after her body was laid to rest, she suddenly vanished, the only thing left being a ghostly imprint of her skeleton on her death shroud. Nowadays, this shroud is considered a holy relic to the Sisters, and it's where the Order gets their name. The Sisters of this Order believe that actions speak louder than words, and through great deeds are spirits purified. Their founder was said to be remarkably brave, constantly throwing herself into danger in order to protect those around her. Now, interestingly enough, not a single account of her ever speaking exists. There are no transcriptions or even written documents from her, and the Order emulates this by going through long periods of silence, speaking only to pray or sing hymns. Now, their prayers differ from that of their sisters in other orders, where they don't really ask for the Emperor's blessing or protection, choosing instead to use these moments to proclaim their imminent deeds that they will perform in his name. Even outside of these periods of silence, the women of this order seldom ever speak, even to convey tactics amongst their allies, something that makes fighting by their side incredibly difficult for many armies outside of the Order. They choose to instead trust in the divine guidance of the Emperor, rather than formulating complex plans and stratagems. And it may seem counterintuitive, but it actually kinda tends to be quite effective, as the Sisters throw themselves into battle against much larger armies, and are able to smash through defensive formations, and weather the barrage of gunfire and artillery batteries, almost as if the guidance of the Emperor is allowing them to act on an instinctive level to support one another. The Argent Shroud is famously known for speedy assaults, and specialize in hit-and-run style tactics. Their strike comes as fast as lightning, followed by a rapid withdrawal, leaving their enemy shaken and unable to reorganize before the Sisters regroup and hit them again. They have a reputation as some of the deadliest shock troops within the entire Adeptus Sororitas, and And much like their beloved matriarch, their faith ends up shining even brighter when surrounded by enemies, as every single one of them would throw themselves in harm's way in order to protect her fellow sisters, just like their patron saint Mina would have done. Whereas the other orders that we have spoken about seem pretty brutal in how they wage war and interpret the will of the Emperor, the Order of the Sacred Rose stands aside from the rest of them and represents the Emperor's hope for mankind. They sing songs of hope and salvation rather than that of holy wrath. The women of the Sacred Rose believe that only through faith is victory achieved. If somebody's faith is strong enough, they can do the impossible. They can bend the laws of the universe and command the stars themselves to destroy the enemies of mankind. They believe that every battle they have ever or will ever participate in has been preordained according to the Emperor's great plan, that their victory was completely and utterly inevitable. Now, even in the event of their death, the sisters of this order believe that a single martyr can ignite the fires of faith in thousands of souls, their hearts and minds coming together in a force more powerful than any weapon that has ever existed. Arabella, their matriarch, was an incredibly calm and serene woman, with a demeanor that would never falter even in the face of the untold horrors of the galaxy. It is said that if it had not been for her, the original meeting between Dominica and the custodians may have ended in bloodshed. It was her serene tranquility and the ability to touch the hearts of all of those around her that set in motion the events that would see mankind freed from the reign of blood. It was Arabella's mission to break the shackles of fear and doubt that bound the faithful and set free humanity from the corrupting nature of the heretic. Now, when she lived amongst the stars, it was only the foolish and ignorant that would mistake her serenity for weakness, as there are a lot of accounts of heretics literally exploding the moment her eyes fell upon them. To the heretic, beholding her radiant glory in its true form was so incredible that it caused their eyes to melt from their skulls. Of all of the saints, it's possibly Arabella that ended up performing the most miracles during her lifetime. The sisters of her order set forth, bringing salvation to the previously held worlds of the faithful that had long since been thought lost to the darkness. The Sacred Rose would crusade to these worlds and butcher the cabals and cults that kept its citizens in chains. When the sisters of this order marched to war, they do so to the combined song of thousands of their voices, singing beautiful hymns to the Emperor, hymns that raise the spirits of the true believers and induce an overwhelming feeling of dread and despair in the heretic. Recorded instances of miracles occurring are a really big deal, and out of all the orders, the Sisters of the Sacred Rose tend to see them manifested most often. Since this happens so regularly within the order, many members of the ecclesiarchy will often follow them into battle, eager to witness the hand of the Emperor working through his daughters firsthand. Now, on one hand, this may seem a little bit frustrating to have a whole bunch of taggers-on, untrained priests and scholars following true warriors into battle. But Arabella taught her sisters that the Emperor often acts through the least of his servants. So great was she that the unwashed masses came to her in droves, and through her faith, she would turn these groups into true armies of indomitable warriors, even though most of them had never held a weapon before. Because of her radiance, these men and women were ready to stand and fight for their world. The Order of the Sacred Rose stands as a beacon of hope in a galaxy that always seems on the brink of collapsing. They stand ready to protect the faithful, and somehow seem able to appear whenever and wherever they are needed, even if a distress signal was never issued. Now, many would question how such a thing is even possible, but the faithful know the truth. And as I mentioned earlier, the Sororitas is not just a military organization. They have many non-combat orders as well, such as the Orders Hospitaller, Famulus, and Dialogus. The Order Hospitaller provides nurses, surgeons, and doctors to every branch of the Imperium's military, taking to the most grueling of battlefields in order to cauterize wounds and saw off gangrenous limbs. They show the Emperor's mercy and compassion to the faithful, taking care to heal the wounds of those that would fight in the Emperor's name. They are some of the best medical specialists in the Imperium, and aside from their role in the battlefield, also house and catalog truly enormous libraries of medical knowledge, not just on human anatomy, but additionally on the anatomy of every known Xenos species, as well as the inner workings of all of the weapons that they utilize against the forces of mankind, in order to better understand how to heal the wounds inflicted by such terrible instruments of war. Their extensive knowledge on the anatomy of Xenos is incredibly important when it comes to developing new ways to fight them. And on a slightly darker note, confessors and inquisitors from the ecclesiarchy will often utilize their medical expertise in their interrogations, healing any injuries the interrogator may inflict on an individual expected of heresy. They'll literally surgically reattach limbs and heal mortal wounds just for the interrogator to sever or rupture them again. The combination of both of these individuals' particular skill sets being more than enough to draw out a confession from even the most stoic and resilient of heretics. Now, the sisters that serve within the Order Dialogus are trained scholars, advisors, and translators of every text imaginable, whether that be of the various human languages that have been found throughout the galaxy in the present and in ancient texts, but also in the heretical writings of aliens and chaos worshippers. Their life is dedicated to collecting as many pieces of ancient scripture as they can, as there is always a chance that some ancient alien species cataloged even the briefest of encounters with the Emperor, and the acquisition of such a text, even if it offers only the slightest glimpse into His Majesty, is a holy quest of great importance. All of the texts that the Dialogists encounter are translated into High Gothic. They're incredibly skilled and have built a massive library of knowledge on every enemy the sisters have ever encountered. They are incredibly adept at finding threats in seemingly innocuous and benign symbolism and messages, as the heretic is incredibly clever and doesn't necessarily just spell out their evil plans on paper for all to see. The Sisters of Order Famulus are skilled diplomats and advisors. Their silver tongue and incredible ability to network allows them to connect with the noble families of the Imperium and keep them united in a common cause of doing the most good for the Imperium whenever possible. They play a critical role in brokering deals and agreements between a vast array of powerful households and factions, overseeing the negotiations around supply lines, mining operations, formation of fighting forces, arranged marriages between powerful families, and just about anything else you can think of. They are women that pull on the strings of the Imperium's aristocracy and ensure that each and every noble household has everything that they will need if they are called upon to fight and die in the Emperor's name. Because these women have immediate access to so many powerful people, they also serve the role of being spies and informants for the ecclesiarchy, keeping a watchful eye on all the pieces on the board. It is they who know if a player in the great game makes an illegal move, or tries to do anything that would go against the ecclesiarchy's goals, whether that take the form of espionage, squandering of resources, or even full-blown heresy. Without the women of Famulus, treachery may be allowed to fester and grow until it is too late to be stopped. And although not normally given a lot of attention, there are dozens, if not hundreds, of smaller orders within the sororitas as well. They don't often get focused on, as their roles don't tend to have a major impact on the macro setting. One such order is known as Order Fenestris, whose entire order is dedicated to the humble task in maintaining the illuminated armor glass panes of most of the holy shrines and cathedrals found within the Imperium, which may not seem like much, but it's definitely a holy task and a noble profession. And I'm sure the God Emperor appreciates all of their fine work. Whether or not the Emperor has truly become a god, or even if he was all along, despite his claims to the contrary, is a much debated fact within the Warhammer 40k community. Regardless of the truth, it is irrelevant, for the entirety of the Adeptus Sororitas believes it to be so. They are his holy warriors, his righteous will made manifest. They relentlessly crusade across the galaxy, suffering not the unclean to live. They will stand as defenders of mankind, a physical incarnation of his holy light. No matter how dark things get, no matter how hopeless it seems, hope remains alive in the faithful, because they know they can rely upon the sisters to deliver them salvation. Their wars of faith will continue for thousands of years to come, their righteous work never ending, so long as the heretic, the witch, the alien, and the mutant continue to draw breath and threaten the Emperor's kingdom through the sin of existence. One by one, they will be hunted down and destroyed, purged in his name. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like it, then consider dropping a like on it and subscribing to the channel. If you're watching this video within the first week of it being posted, stay tuned because we're doing a little bit of a giveaway. And if you're watching it way out in the grimdark future, and by that I mean after August 27th, 2022, then don't worry about everything that comes after this. And now let's talk about how you can win some of those prizes that I mentioned earlier in the sponsored segment. The people over at Warhammer 40k Tacticus were nice enough to provide all of these for my viewers.
I'm gonna kill this dude.
They're the ones that are handling this contest.
This is how you end a fucking video? Shut up! Sorry. What else do you want to hear? You tell me. For now, nothing. What do I do? You know what? I don't actually care. I'm gonna go the old-fashioned way. Got him. Is that everything? No. Link me. Funky. Oh my gosh. I hate this dude. Yeah. Like, what did you need me for? Stupid. What a bastard. Otherwise, I was gonna go to bed, probably. Because there's not much going on here. This will probably be my last night playing this. I have thoroughly enjoyed it, though. It is a lot of fun. It kind of sucks because there's not, like, I don't know, there's something about the laundry game that there's, like, go back and replay and, like, revisit it sometimes. There's not a ton of that with this one, I don't feel. Personally. And I'm not sure why. But yeah, maybe it's because, like, they do have a lot of, like, side quest element things to this. But, I don't know, there's just something different about it. But I do really like it. Let's see. Yeah, you got tires, mirrors. You just got no hustle. Dick. Oil might be a little sus. But yeah, no, you're looking good. No, you should put on music or queso. No, I'll probably just go to bed because I don't want to stay up too late and throw off my day too much tomorrow. I did do a lot of things today that I usually save for whatever. I think I just need to do like my nails. And then oh shit, it's technically March. Woo! Oh yeah, were you able to drop the stuff off or you can do it in the morning? Obviously I don't care either way, but still be awake tomorrow. Yeah. I finished a book today. I did painting last night. I showered, did my hair. Do it in the morning? Okay, perfect. Let me know how that goes. Text me if you need anything or if you need me to call you and then talk to them for any reason. If they're giving you a hard time, I don't care. Like, let me know. What else was I gonna do? Oh yeah, maybe I kind of want to go for like a walk with Zuko tomorrow. Would be cool. Other aspirations I have. I don't know. There's like some projects I should probably like. Maybe I do the oil painting sometime. Or at least I might just have you show me to like tomorrow night or tomorrow. Probably not in the morning because when you get back, I'm just fucking dead to the world anyway too. So, but yeah, maybe kind of catch up on some laundry. But that's been pretty good. If you have any laundry though, it'll be mostly your stuff. But I do have some things I need to do just before work. But show me painting. Yeah, perfect. And then I don't know, just some working out stuff, doing dogs, tidying, which I did do some tidying today. Maybe I'll do some cooking and stuff. Because there's some stuff I want to get that needs to be used up that I should get rid of. Which would be good. Yeah, otherwise just fuck around and I got rejected from 2 of the jobs, but they weren't like the ones I really wanted, and I wasn't as qualified for those, so. But I'm not super bummed, so, you know, it is what it is. Just keep trucking along with what I got going on. And be grateful that I have a job in the first place. Oh, I'll get the Walmart order tomorrow, I think. But then again, we'll see, because I need to use up some of the food we have, so. Maybe I'll leave it and just wait, but I love you. And I miss you. And if you can think of anything else for me to do, or that you want me to do. Wink, wink. No. I appreciate you hanging out with me. I miss you. And I did like the Warhammer stuff. There was definitely, I knew it was deep, but man, it goes real deep. Like, biblically deep, almost. Shit. I don't know. Yeah, I'll think about some other things, but it's nice having 2 4-day weekends, like 2 weeks apart. Actually makes me feel like I can catch up on relaxing, and the weather helps, it not just being all rain, but yeah. Yes, exactly. All of that. I'm clean, so that needs to be fixed. Yeah. Okay. Well. Oh, we should watch Bleach. We should start doing that. Maybe we can do that this week at night instead of Queso. We can at least get, or we start with Queso and then end with Bleach, or I don't know. I want to like pay attention to it, so I don't want to like necessarily fall asleep to it. So maybe we sneak in like a couple episodes before falling asleep to Queso or something like that. But either way, we should get that going because I do need an anime in my life right now. I can feel that. I just don't know where to watch it because Crunchyroll, I think, is fucking off. Ooh, yeah, that's a good one. Actually, yeah, that'd be good. Bleach Monday all day. Yeah. I love this. I don't know if you can watch things for free anymore on Crunchyroll. Or, I don't know, there's some weirdness about that. Maybe you can, but only like however many episodes or some shit. Or nothing dubbed at all, or I don't know. Either way. Well, I finished a game. I finished a book. I'm gonna start another book though, for sure, sometime. But it's good to start one, so I just have thing in my head. You okay? Zuko? Okay. Well, alright. Uh-huh. Are you okay? Zuko? Are you okay? Oh shit, he's going through it. You got a mouth thing? Okay. Well, I'm gonna go maybe provide some support there. Nope. Alright. I gotta go. I gotta help him out. He's freaking. You okay? I love you. I love you. I miss you. I'll see you very soon. Freaking. I love you. I love you. I'm coming to rescue you. Yes.